All right, we should be live. Anybody here? Hello, Bueller.
Hello.
Wait for people to come in.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
yeah.
the wonderful, the great Hezekiah, and we have Professor Crack.
All right.
Hey.
All right,
Oh,
all right, all
oh,
right.
we're live. All right.
Yep. And I don't see anybody here.
We're here.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant in the chat. I don't see anybody
I
here.
gotcha.
We
Cliff's
can
here.
talk with. He was.
He
I
wants
don't
to know
know.
where to get cheap oranges.
Yeah, I'm never going to be able to eat another orange again for the rest of my life.
Uh, Granger Renfrew's in the house. Angel for Animals.
Hey, there we go. Hey,
Scotto,
Granger. Hey, Angel for Animals. Hey, Scotto. Hey, Lunanites. Welcome. Thank
Oh, hey,
you.
Scotto. I know
Sean.
Scotto.
of course, Peck's here.
Awesome. Hey, Pack. Great to have you here. Where the heck is Stefan? He said he'd be here. Hey, Edie. Great to have you here. So, everyone obviously knows Hezekiah. And in case you don't know, Professor Crack, he's a new anti-frauditor channel, and he's wonderful. I love his videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And thank you for having me, letting me join you guys tonight.
Yep, and we'll put your link up when we get some more people so people can go and subscribe. Hi, Greg Jonick. Hi, Cliff. Hi, Scotto. I think I skipped. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. 27. Okay. So, the reason I have asked you to be here today is, as I'm sure you've all heard, that Brooklyn Audit was arrested over stealing an orange.
Yep.
And
did not.
You didn't know that? Oh my gosh.
No. I'm so excited now.
So he was doing a live stream last night, and he decided that he was entitled, and on his little scooter, he went by like a fruit stand or something and decided, I want an orange, and I'm the king of the world, and I'm going to take an orange. And he put it in his pocket. And then when the owner came out yelling, hey, what are you doing? He just kept going, and he told his viewers, screw it. It's my neighborhood. I'll take whatever the heck I want. And then he goes to audit a police station with the orange in his pocket, like the true idiot that he is. So, I don't know exactly what happened, if the owner called the police, if the police were watching the stream, I don't know. But they kind of stall him there a little bit, and then eventually they come over and they arrest him for stealing an orange and say that the owner wants to press charges. And he's like, oh my gosh, no, and proceeds to lie and say, no, the orange fell on the floor, I was just picking it up. So
Wow.
Everybody today is showing the video of him pocketing the orange.
Yeah, it's that's the craziest part of it. Like, if you haven't seen it, it is because everything that he says when he's trying to defend himself and saying I didn't steal an orange and all that, literally he filmed himself and broadcast live him taking the orange off of the shelf and putting it in his pocket, and then somebody calling him out and him saying, screw you, I can take what I want. Like, it's all
my neighborhood.
Video. And he posted it, and then it just fell
Salacious.
out. It up, that's all.
Woohoo, Salacious is here. Thank you, Salacious. I was hoping you would show up. Yay. All right, we're set now.
You know, like
Thank you,
frauditors
Mr. Shadow
sometimes.
Kitty. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. Sometimes frauditors is like they give us a gift. It's like they just know we're down on our luck one day, down in the dumps, and they go out and they do something completely asinine that can't help but to lift our spirits. And I feel like this is just such an example.
Well, I was actually really pissed off all day over it. And not because the orange. It's not about the orange itself. He has like a 50-cent orange, whatever. People are like, oh, who cares about an orange? It's not about the orange. It's about the frauditor and the mentality of the frauditor, that he could take whatever he wants, and the lack of empathy and decency towards the store owners that put the orange there, that work hard to make a living selling fruit, that he just comes along and takes it because, he's king of the world. And it's that mentality, that frauditor mentality, that goes along with everything I hate. Not everything, most of the things I despise about them. Because it's their mentality that no one else matters but them, and they're right in everything they do. So I don't look at the Orange as anything different as their audits. They act the same way. And that's why I was mad all day. Hey, Stefan's here. Sorry. Oh, thank you, Stefan.
It's so completely on brand. I mean, it's like, it's not even shocking. And the reason I find it funny is because he got his comeuppance. I understand where you're coming from, though, Maggie, where it's like, you just can't. Sometimes you're just so frustrated with your behavior because you empathize with the person who's on the receiving end of it.
Right. And, like, I've worked my entire life, and, I know what it's like to, have someone steal from me, and you're just trying to earn a living. And here's this idiot coming along on a little scooter, just taking shit because, it's his neighborhood. And that was my neighborhood, too. That was where I was from. That was where I grew up. The 62nd precinct that arrested him, that was my precinct. So this hit home even more because that was my area. And I'm like, I don't live there anymore, but that son of a bitch is just rolling around my area, being an asshole and stealing things. And I'm like, ah. Anyway, thank you, Stefan, for the 220, my princess cupcake, my love. I love you, Stefan. Thank you for being here. So that was the reason for the stream. But I'm going to show you the video for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. Unclean Hands did a really good version of it. Everyone's done a version of it, except me, because I figured it would be overkill. But Unclean Hands did a really good version of it. And it's not just Brooklyn Audit. It's other frauditors like Long Island Audit, which I will get to afterwards. Who he was supposed to, I think, he got a settlement from a lawsuit. He was supposed to he promised to give $12,000 back to the community, which he never did. And then he decided on an audit to become a martyr and take $3,000 out of the bank and start handing it to people outside the bank and filming it like he's this wonderful person. Mm-hmm. And I got mad at that. I'm like, $3,000? I looked at this Social Blade, and this guy makes a lot of money. I mean, I think he makes about $40,000 a month, and he's only taking $3,000 out of the bank, and he's a martyr? He's a good guy?
Right.
And then he goes on the protest. And it's a photo opportunity for him. He's just loving the attention. He's just filming himself. Look at me. He's not really talking to anybody. They're coming up to him and fist bumping him, but he's not going over to them. He's not, like, talking to them first. It's all about him. He's the center. And, with all his money, and it's his protest, you think maybe use some of that money, get them some signs, get a speaker, put some money into the protest. But no, it was just a photo opportunity. And these are the kind of people that other people worship. And I'm sick of it. So I'm here to protest the idiots.
The way you just broke down what Liar did at his little rally, I couldn't agree more with the way you described it, Maggie. That was
Thank you.
So perfectly articulated.
Indeed.
I'm going to kill this. And Gurk, our 5 videos a day too much to ask. Cheers, yes. Tracy. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate the $5. Hezekiah, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have anything to say before I show Unclean Hands video?
No. Please. Okay. I'm excited to see it because I covered this story this morning, but I haven't seen any of the other videos about it. I actually showed the actual live stream that he broke.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I was kind of lurking in my car this morning to get that happy dance before I go to work, and I heard some of it, and that's how I knew I knew he was arrested, but that's how I got the story. And then I saw Dummy Kruger did a really good video, but I liked Unclean Hands' version of it. So, all right, let me. Now I play this stupid thing. Okay, here we go.
Good morning, folks. Got another tasty morsel for you today. Don't forget to...
By the way, I'm sorry. Hezekiah, you there? Hezekiah. Oh, he's muted.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made you a managing moderator. Do you want to try it out?
I was looking at that earlier. I'm not sure.
You should be able to like highlight chats.
All right, let me see. I've never been a managing moderator before. Let me see.
I think if you click on it, it'll give you the option to highlight it. It should. But I've never been a managing moderator yet, so I don't know.
I could time people out. I don't see any difference between this and regular moderating, actually.
Really? That's not good.
Report, remove, put in timeout. All right. Yeah, I don't know how the managing moderator thing works. I'd have to research it some more and find out.
Okay, so you don't like when you click on it, you don't those three little dots.
Yeah, it's the same list as it always.
Or if you just click on it, it doesn't have like the show thing on it, the text on it.
Nope.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. All right, we'll have to figure that out. Sorry, guys. All right, let's continue. And bear with me. I'm still learning my way around. All right.
Hit that like button before you leave, or the best thing to do is hit it as soon as you get here. That way you won't forget, because it's going to be a fantastic video. Subscribe, ring the bell, etc., share, whatever. Anyway, this is Brooklyn Audit. Yeah, Brooklyn Audit's arrest. He stole an orange and tried to say it fell on the ground and all this stuff, but we have ample evidence that didn't happen because he filmed himself stealing it. And then he went to the police station to audit them, and I cut out a whole bunch of stuff in between, chasing homeless guys and screaming at people on the street and all that nonsense, and cut out all that, got all the juicy parts. So let's get started on the video. Enjoy. It is hilariously stupid.
I want an orange, actually. Oh, orange. It's good. Fuck out of here. It's my fucking neighborhood. I'll take whatever I want. Now you remember me, huh? You don't remember me still? Spider don't remember me. Let's go remind his brain cells.
So you saw, he rode up to that little fruit stand there, grabbed an orange, put it in his pocket, and rode off. And the owner of the store was hollering there, hey, in Brooklyn, of course, you know, it's my neighborhood, I'll take whatever I want. And then he decided he's so smart, he went and he wanted to go and audit the police station. Brilliant guy, I gotta tell you, gotta give this guy credit, he must be a Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah, we'll turn the alarm on. Beep, beep. It's my Spider, you don't remember me? Spider don't remember me. Alright, so check it out. If you're in the Bensonhurst area, we have undercovers driving. Look at this. FCL. Check. But yo, look at this shit. Hey, Octagon, that's allegedly. You understand? The orange accidentally fell off the cart. It fell onto the floor and I picked the orange up. I want an orange, actually. I want an orange, actually. An orange. It's good. Who stole an orange? It fell off the floor. It fell off the cart.
See, it fell off the floor. I was okay, you know? I mean, this guy is such an imbecile. I mean, there's something mentally wrong with him. But the mentality that he could just do whatever he wants because, what? He's got a camera. And don't you know, if you have a camera, you could do whatever you want, whenever you want. It's your First Amendment right. It's now your First Amendment right to steal oranges just as long as you're holding a camera.
This has been, like, I've said this from the beginning, you know, and it's always, people that are pro-Frauditor always like to make the argument like, no, they're not saying that. That's not true. And then you see a video like this, and sure enough, there it is.
Yep.
They think
Yep.
that if they're filming, they could literally do any damn thing they want as long as they're filming it.
Yep. The
Yep,
entitlement is nauseating.
And then they complain, you're violating my rights. You just stole from someone.
Yeah, what about
And-
the right of the store owner?
Yeah, what about the store owner? No, they don't care. That's no big deal. And then it's just an orange. I want an orange. I have a camera. I have the right to have an orange. Screw everyone else. I don't care about them. They don't matter. And so that's what I'm saying. It's not about an orange. An orange is just a symbol of the entire picture of why I can't stand these jerks and their mentality. And again, like I said, this is my area. This is Bensonhurst is where I grew up. So, to see him stealing from people with just no empathy, no nothing, it really makes me so upset.
As
Right.
it should. As it should. And anybody with a morsel of conscience, especially, I don't know if he's really 50 or not, but he's clearly an adult. Who would
Sort
do
of.
that? Yeah, right.
Eventually.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
not
if you look
mentally.
at his birth certificate, it would indicate that he's of age to make decisions for himself. And yet, here's his resume. Here's his real life resume. Real time evidence of who he thinks he is and how he thinks the world works.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He doesn't, and I don't understand people that are loving him, people that follow him. I don't understand this.
It's crazy.
This is a criminal. This is a
Right.
a weird criminal. And I know he used to have a job as a plumber or something. He got fired. I don't think he has a job now. This is what he does. He goes out every night and he creeps on the police. And people love him and they adore him and they subscribe to him and they follow him. It's the blind leading the blind. And I just personally don't get it. And I know I went to his page and I saw the comments and a lot of people were against him, even other frauditors. But there was still people that were like, I got your back. It was just an orange. Oh, big deal. They violated your rights. You deserve the orange. Like, what the heck?
Oh.
If that was their orange, if they worked hard to make a living, they worked hard to get the produce, to put it out, and to, and that's what they rely on. And if that was, them, they'd be like, oh my God, he stole an orange from me. It's not just an orange.
And the excuse. What's the excuse? It's always, well, it's okay if I do this, it's okay if I do that, as long as there's no victim, as long as there's no actual crime. Stealing
And
is
there's a
an
victim.
actual crime.
Right,
Even
and there's
if
a
it's
victim.
theft. By the way, Troll just published an update on this. Like there's
I haven't watched it yet. I did see that he did that. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Girk. I'm sorry. Thank you for the $2. No, the bum's leading the bland. Exactly. So, and I saw that he actually gained subscribers since this video went crazy. How did he gain subscribers? Like, why are they following him even more? What is the appeal to this? I can't understand.
It's got to be just juveniles, right? Adolescents, kids who think it's funny, kids who think it's cool or edgy. I can't imagine anyone else would ever emulate this behavior in any way or support it. It's got to be kids.
I don't know. But look at the people that do audits. They're grown men, 40s, 50s. Look at
You're
STV
right.
News. How old is he? These are, supposedly supposed to be mature adults. They're supposed to have families and jobs. You're supposed to be a contributing member of society. But this is their idol. And then what makes me even more upset is that you get these new frauditors that see this and they want the clout and they want the money. So like East Coast Audits, all of a sudden now they're kissing ass for all the auditors, asking for advice, giving them shout outs. This is their idol. This is who they want to be.
I'm sorry. Listen, Cupcake, I'm freaking out over here because I just figured it out. Because I'm sort of like, while we're having our conversation, I'm kind of looking at Troll's update on this on the side.
Uh-huh.
Here's what happened. You think you were pissed before?
Oh, no.
You thought you were pissed before? Wait till you hear what happened. The store
Should we go watch it?
Charges.
Is it a live stream or is it just a video?
No, it's just a video. But what happened was the store owner dropped the charges because
They paid him off.
All of the harassment from all of the fans.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's terrible.
He said it's not worth dealing with all the harassment and all the nonsense.
Oh.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They're sticking up for this moron. They're idolizing this idiot. And you know what? How many other people are now going to go out and steal and be like, well, frickin' Audit can do it. I can do it too. And I'm going to steal it because I have a camera. As long as I have a camera, I'm okay. I can steal whatever I want. I'm going to go steal this car because I have a camera. I'm allowed to.
Very, very, very bad news.
I feel terrible for that person now. Now I'm with you, Maggie. Now I am upset.
Yeah, this just, I mean... All right, let's finish watching this video, and then I'm gonna show Frauditors Trolls video, and before I start breaking the wall.
I want an orange, actually. I want a fucking orange. Tastes good. We're gonna run your name. We want to see how your record is. Could somebody run 1091, detective from the 6-2? You got all these people standing in the lobby. Yo, why not put them in like a private room? Oh, why are you walking away?
He's such a baby.
Yeah.
See, I mean, he's so immature. What is that? You know,
right?
When I was in kindergarten, kids used to do that, and then they giggle. I mean, this is not the actions of a grown, mature person. This is not the actions of a sane person. And he's loving it. He thinks it's hysterical. I don't understand it. Thank you again for the $2. I used to escape cameras before being an idiot. I don't. Anyway, continuing.
Run away. One time, right? A couple months ago, I came inside. I made a complaint. I wanted a complaint for him. Shementi and Martin. Oh yeah, we got backup coming now. Let's find out. So, Captain Martin and Shementi, you know Officer Shementi, right? You don't know him? Are you gonna ignore me? If you're gonna ignore me, I'll leave.
Yes, I know Shementi.
You know Shementi. You know Lieutenant Martin, maybe? I don't think he's a captain. I'm sorry. Lieutenant Martin. Black male, right? Drives what does he drive? An Ultima? He parks on this side over here. You know Martin. Okay, all right. So, why would they arrest me for hanging out on a public sidewalk? All right, case was dismissed, okay. And now you realize you guys don't have qualified immunity. So who you guys think you are to arrest a person on a public sidewalk exercising their First Amendment, right? Would you arrest me if I'm hanging out right now, right? You're not gonna do nothing, right? Exactly. I'm exercising my First Amendment. I came in here. I wanted a complaint form. I'm gonna film for my own protection because obviously I got ganged up. Now. They put me in handcuffs. They put me in a back cell like a filthy animal, right? For what reason? Trespassing in public? Come on, bro. Come on. So what do you think about that? What's your comments on that? He wasn't there. So you're not going to comment? You don't think that was wrong? You think that was right?
Yes, I agree, David. You want vigilantes? This is how you get vigilantes. This is what I'm saying. Sooner or later, someone's going to get whacked. And this little spider seems to be first in line. Sooner or later, the little antics and disrespect is just going to break somebody, and they're going to end up in the hospital or dead. And then it's whose fault is it going to be? Not theirs, of course. But this is this is what I keep saying, and they just don't seem to get it through their thick skull.
Case was dismissed anyway, so trust me. Shementi and Martin, I'm going after them. Trust me, I am. Because you guys don't got qualified immunity. We're allowed to sue you personally. They unlawfully arrested me for no reason. So what do you think about that? You have no comment on that? So why'd you call me back for? What was the point of calling me back? You say, yo! So who are you yelling to? Come on. You weren't yelling towards me?
Anything else?
Come on, Anthony. You weren't yelling towards me? No?
If you
All
want
right.
to continue, just wait.
All right, you can go back to work. You're dismissed then. No problem. Yeah, you go back to work. Dismissed. I'm fine. I'm Gucci. What do you mean am I all right? Are you all right? Is he all right? He's coming in hot right now. Is he all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You guys are all right? We're all right. Everyone's all right.
Okay, these cops are showing up for a specific reason, and it's not to go about their routine business. They're here to pick up Mr. New York Auditor because he's an idiot. Now, Hezekiah played this on his channel, and he was of the opinion perhaps New York Audits did it just to bait the police to come and arrest him. But I disagreed with that statement because he's so stupid. He actually thought he was going to be able to take whatever he wants because, you know, he's the center of the neighborhood there, and he can do whatever he wants. But wait for it, folks. He's about to get in a little bit of trouble here.
Everyone's all right.
Yeah, everybody's all
Hey,
right.
put your phone down. Put your hands on your
Why?
back.
Well, for
Put
what?
your hands
Why?
behind your
Why am I
back.
getting
You're under
arrested
arrest.
for? For what?
You stole an orange from the store. They're pressing charges.
I want an orange, actually.
Really? The orange fell on the floor and you picked it up? I don't think that's what happened. You videotaped yourself picking it up and putting it in your pocket, you idiot.
Yes, sir. They're pressing charges.
Are
on
you
it.
stupid? Orange.
Yes.
You guys are a joke. You know that? See what I'm saying? You guys like to violate my rights. Every single time, bro. Every single time. This is a joke. This is a joke, bro, for an orange that I walked by, that I know the guy, and it fell on the floor, and I picked it up. I want an orange, actually. Yeah. You guys are funny, man. You know why? You got a grudge out for me because you know why? Martin and fucking what's his name wants to violate my rights. You guys do it. You do it to me all the time. And we were just having a conversation, and look what he says. Look what he does. Can you grab my scooter though? Yeah, please. Yeah, don't.
Have him grab it.
You can't. Yeah, you can't leave my scooter out there. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't leave my scooter out there. That's not right.
Sounded like they said, we're taking your scooter to the yard, so they're impounding it, so it's going to have to pay to get it out. So that orange is going to cost them a little bit more than you had planned on.
Don't leave the scooter out there. That's not even cool, bro. That's so funny, but you can't leave it out there. Seriously, you're leaving it. You're leaving it outside, bro. You're not, come on, you're leaving it outside right now. Stop pulling me. All right, can you stop pulling me?
Look at this. He's worried about his scooter being stolen. But with him stealing an orange is okay. But the scooter, now what if I walk by and I take out my camera and I steal the scooter? Isn't that okay? Wouldn't that be? I mean, you know, if you complain, you're violating my First Amendment rights to steal a scooter.
Well, by his logic, if somebody who lives in the neighborhood steals a scooter, it's okay. It's their neighborhood, so they can take what they want.
Exactly, right.
Maggie,
But no, he
this,
wouldn't.
This is Brooklyn?
Yeah, this is Brooklyn. Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah, but he wouldn't think that way. I think, you know what? If that was his orange, he would just have a fit. They don't treat others the way they want to be treated. They want everyone to respect them and idolize them, and they don't respect anyone else. And it's just, they're in their own little world.
They are. They're delusional.
Yeah.
Where am I going, bro? Where am I going?
Yeah, he doesn't know where they're taking him, right? He's going straight to jail. He'll be in the tombs for the next couple of months, maybe not. He may get bailed out. They may let him out on PR. Who knows? But he's building up quite a reputation in the area, and it's not good. Not good. A petty orange thief. What a jerk. Anyway, that's the video, folks. I cut it down from a couple of hours.
Okay, so that was pretty much the end of the video.
Yep.
I mean, I'd sit here and I'm just like in shock. I don't even know what to say anymore. This is the craziest thing ever. And the fact that they got the owner to drop the charges because they harassed him.
It's a shame.
But just remember, we're supposed to believe that this guy, because it's not like he's just a fringe frauditor. Like, he was up on the panel with Long Island Audit and freaking media and all those guys. He's supposed to be a hero. He's a big civil rights leader and a hero. And this is what heroes do. They run around stealing oranges from people on the street.
Yeah, he's the next Rosa
heroes.
Parks. He's the new Rosa Parks. I'm sorry, you know what? I don't think Rosa Parks ever stole. I could be wrong. I wasn't around that time, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't.
You know, you can't put a price on integrity. And one thing I
Apparently.
YouTube, I hope like I do well on YouTube, and it'd be nice to have a nice little following. I see he has about 40,000 people following him. That'd be great. But I hope it never turns me into a monster. And I suspect that these people already have very deep character flaws that just get exacerbated to the fullest when they start to develop an audience.
Well, that's it. Like, I see it all the time because the guys that I cover the most are people like, for example, every Sunday morning, SGV News and Peter Libre Audits go out and audit a different church. That's their thing. And whenever anyone tries to talk to them, they are always live and they always look at their chat. What should we do? Should we give them the Chanduli routine? Should we give them the swearing at them and pepper spraying people routine? Like, the people in the chat are telling them, give them the sauce, give them the Chanduli, and they're telling them what to do on their audit to escalate it and make it worse. And they're just following the commands of their audience and laughing. Oh, look at
giggling. They're gigglers. Yeah.
They think it's funny.
By the way, I'm sorry. I wish you would tell me how to pronounce your channel name, but thank you for the $2 defining heroism downward. Thank you very much for the $2. Yes, I mean, there's got to be a reason these people are following these idiots. They're not normal people. They're not mentally sane. They're not adults. What is the big appeal? Why? And they leave comments like, "Thank you for your service." And I don't understand that. What service? Holding a camera and being a jerk is not a service.
It isn't.
Well, it is if you're a frauditor.
Should we watch the Frauditor troll update, or do we not want to get that pissed off?
Fame is a powerful drug, internet god. Indeed.
Yes.
Go ahead, play troll. Because we get to see how this guy, after stealing that, you would think that all the other frauditors would be like, oh, look at this scumbag piece of crap. We're not going to have anything to do with him. He just proved that he's destroying our movement. No, because Troll's video with the update is News Now Ninja in Erie County, who's one of the people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th or 9th or whatever it was, are the ones that are sticking up for this ass butthead.
All right, let me share my screen.
What?
I'm just going to share. All right, here we go.
Bandit known as Brooklyn Audit. It turns out that possibly the owner actually dropped the charges on him. Now, I don't know if it means the case will be dropped. I know that in some cases the prosecution can continue even if the victim is not pressing charges. So with that being said, let's listen in to the update coming straight from Dumb and Dumber as they are doing more witness tampering, and enjoy the video.
Let's go ahead and start with some audio from the business owner that the orange was stole from. I think that's a good starting point. What do you think?
I mean, we can probably mention that the business owner decided to drop charges after talking with us last night, and that's what the audio is about. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, the audio, like he just said, the audio is pertaining that the business owner, the one that lost his orange that was taken from him, he was a little upset last night.
So just the way that James Cain is saying that he lost his orange, it was taken from him, that is very, very condescending. He's just making a whole farce of the situation. But I'll tell you what, they might put themselves in trouble with these phone calls because he would have testified in a criminal case, and here you have two bozos that are calling him and asking him to drop the charges. I'm not a lawyer, but when I was live streaming, a lot of you guys said that it looks like it could be witness tampering.
But he did contact me today. Actually, let's just go straight to this. Let me show you this email that I just received from the business owner. Right here, I'll keep his name kind of out of it.
How nice of you.
Right.
I have discussed the matter with legal assistant this person who has informed me consequences of the decision. I understand that once this case is disposed, it will be over. We have discussed the matter and both came to an agreement that pressing charges would make the matter better but worse. He apologized, and I decided it would be best to drop all charges and go about our day.
See, I mean, he apologized. That makes up for everything. I don't understand the mentality of this. I mean, he apologized. I don't think he apologized anyway. But
here's the thing.
Probably not.
Listen to what they're saying. What happens? He gets arrested for stealing an orange, and immediately News Now Ninja in Erie County call the vendor. They're both calling him up and telling him, hey, you got to let this guy go. You got to let this guy go. You got to let. So they're starting it. These two idiot frauditors are starting it. So that's why Troll is saying, what is this? Is this witness tampering? Is this these guys threatening him? Who knows what they said to him on the phone call? Well, you're going to get all kinds of call flooded, and you're going to get problems, and we're going to tell all of our fans to stop shopping at your restaurant. We don't hear any of that. All we hear is we called him, talked to him, and now all of a sudden he's saying, okay, fine, I'm going to drop the charges. Coming from News Now Ninja and auditing Erie County, it's hard to believe that they just called him and said, hello, sir. I saw you on a live stream, and I just wanted to say that that's a nice guy, and maybe you shouldn't press charges. He just wanted to feed his family. I doubt that's how the conversation went.
I doubt as well. Yeah, witness tamper. I mean, he's not a witness, so, but tampering, yeah, I mean, this is just so wrong. God only knows what they said to that poor guy. And
yeah, absolutely. Who knows what was really said?
I would imagine they threatened his family.
Let's break down the email. We came down to an agreement that pressing charges wouldn't make the matter better, but worse. Why would you think that pressing charges would make it worse if these guys didn't threaten to do something if you did?
Exactly.
That's a good call, Az. That's a good call. The wording of that email is significant, and I think that was an excellent point you made. So that's a great observation on your part. That doesn't sound like a person who's been made whole, and that's what justice is about.
Right.
And this is just going to give them fuel to keep auditing, to keep stealing.
Yep.
I mean, because I can't believe when I got home and he actually had, I think, 1,000 new subscribers. I thought they would all, like, they would all unsubscribe, but he had more, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't understand this. Why? Why are they worshiping this idiot? And I'm racking my brain, and I don't understand why they're following these criminals, these losers that, I mean, the best I could come up with is that these auditors are kind of, these bad guys stealing and being rude and harassing. It's kind of like what they wish they could be if they were not decent human beings. But because they are decent human beings, they cannot be that way. But they kind of, what's the word? Admire the fact that these idiots have no sense of decency and can be that way. So they live vicariously through them. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Well, yeah, I agree to an extent. Like that's exactly. It's trying to understand the mentality. Sometimes for me, trying to understand the mentality of their fans is even more difficult from understanding their mentality. Because for a lot of these guys, it's just a money thing or a fame thing or a YouTube clout thing. And like, okay, I get that. They're just idiots that realized that they could get paid to be an asshole on TV. Basically, is what it comes down to. But they're fans. Like, what do you gain from salivating over these guys, giving them your money, making donations to their super chats, bailing them out of prison? What do they get out of that? I don't get it.
No, it's a great question.
I mean, Long Island Audit, I didn't really watch his protest, but I just saw maybe a few minutes, not even, and I saw the super chats and $100, $10. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, they must have given him a couple of $1,000s in super chats easy.
Yeah.
Why? What was he doing that was worth all that money? He stood there, he smiled into the camera, and he praised himself. what did he do that you felt deserved your hard-earned money?
It's
Right.
When I get a super chat for $5, $10, I'm like, wow, you guys are so great. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I worked hard to get this money and I deserve it. Like you said, he's just standing outside saying, hey guys, ain't I great? And they're throwing $100
He
donations.
couldn't
at him.
deserve it less.
Exactly. Like, I wish one of the, like someone would come over to me and explain, why they're throwing their money at these guys. I mean, I guess, you know what? It's like, I think someone mentioned like a cult leader. I guess they're like cult leaders.
Yeah,
and
That's a good analogy.
And just like in Waco, Texas, and he, or who was that guy that convinced everyone that they were going to the moon or outer space or something?
Yeah. The Branch
And,
Davidian. There's been so many. That's the thing with these cult leaders. Usually, the MO for most cults is, one, they convince all the women that they have to have sex with the leader of the cult, and they believe it and they do it. And then all the men that are members, that they have to serve the leader, and just whatever they say, they do it. If they tell them to literally drink the Kool-Aid, they drink it, right? And the
Gulp
thing
it.
with Waco, he convinced them to all just kill not to. That whole thing was the government screwed up on that one. But the point is, he had them all convinced that he was the only one that you're allowed to mate with. Again, and he got all these people to fall for it and believe it.
And they all killed themselves. I mean,
yeah, the moral of that story isn't good.
They gave this guy, they gave up their families, they gave up their money, they gave up everything. And then they gave up their very lives.
Yeah, it's sad.
Like, that's the only way I can understand. Like, I don't understand the whole cult thing, but I understand that there's something that compels them to follow them. And that's the only thing that I could utilize in my brain to make sense. That these frauditors somehow have chimed into these cult leaders and have managed to rein in all these little people and get them to follow and worship them. I mean, how long is it going to take before they all get sent to a ranch somewhere and live a life of with all the frauditors?
And it's I think that's hilarious. It's also a reasonable question.
Yep.
Like, it's not that far-fetched.
No, not at all.
Alright, let's keep watching this crap.
So, there's the email from the owner of the store saying that he has dismissed all charges through the Department of Justice and the DA. But then when we spoke with the DA, they said, what was it? They hung up on us multiple times, and they said that they don't give a shit about giving us service.
Got some real tough guys down there, boy.
Yeah, so the phone number for that place is 718-250-2000. And if you just ask for the tough guy, they'll send you to him. And
full flood.
It's weird. I have the audio recording of me saying, hey, can I talk to the tough guy? And they're like, give me 1 second. And they transfer me to him.
Yeah, you could see why the cops get away with anything down there.
Yeah, I mean, and no, everybody, just like we spoke about last night, we do not condone theft. What he did was fucked up.
So they don't condone theft, but
Yeah.
they did an entire live stream trying to get him out of jail for theft. How does that make any sense? Either you
doesn't.
approve of the crime he did or you disapprove. You have to pick a side.
Yep.
But I believe that men should be able to come to a conclusion of like, hey, I fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up, and make an agreement. It doesn't always have to involve the state.
That's not what happened. What happened
Or
is
the law
somebody
enforcement, right? And so,
was wronged, and then call flooding and harassment led to that gentleman feeling pressured into making a decision that he otherwise likely would not have made. It wasn't two men reaching an agreement. It was one man fearing for his safety or his livelihood or whatever it may be, because he was being harassed by hundreds, if not thousands of people because of one idiot.
Yep. That's exactly
And
right.
why do they do that? Why do they just do it so blindly without thought? They just dial the number and harass these people, and they don't even take a look at themselves, what they're doing. They think it's perfectly okay because the cult asshole told them to do it.
Yep.
This is scary. I mean,
more Kool-Aid, please.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, really scary. And then they always talk about the police or the Nazis. No. They are the Nazis. They're the ones that are acting like Nazis.
These guys are the tyrants.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are telling people to do things that are immoral, that are indecent.
Yep.
Yeah, look at this moron smiling.
If you examine where the evidence is as far as who's done what, you got to take things on a case-by-case basis. You can't just, the police have been getting away with things for years. You know, the police, in some cases, do have a pretty troubling history. But things change. Things change. And you can't forever persecute somebody for their mistakes. You have to allow people and organizations to grow. But what happened yesterday happened yesterday. There's been no growth since that situation. We're not seizing something from someone's distant past. We're talking about something that happened last night. It's completely different.
And you know what, Craig? I love what you just said because it illustrates it. It made me realize as you were saying it, what News Now Ninja literally just said. Because if you break down what he just said, he's saying, hey, we shouldn't hold it against him that he stole something. Yes, theft is wrong. Yes, I admit it's wrong. But what are we going to hold it against the guy forever that he stole something? That he stole last night. But in the same sentence, hold it against the cops forever that they got caught doing something in New York in the 70s.
Right, exactly. Like, no question, in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s, and but like, cameras do change things, and I'm okay with the idea. No, I'm not okay. I fully support transparency and accountability, but transparency and accountability, as defined by these frauditors, is anything but.
Yep.
Okay.
So this man and the owner came to an agreement that they apologize. He apologized for doing what he did. He's trying to fix the problem.
Right.
And the owner dropped the charges. He said, I don't want to pursue any charges. But the DA is holding him. So
why does he have a rat's tail on his head?
Audio here for you. Let you listen.
What's up, James?
Hey, brother. Hey, we spoke last night. Yeah, okay.
I dropped them, bro.
I'm just making sure I'm speaking with the same person. I have somebody. Okay, I have somebody in New York that's willing to come out there. He's 2 hours away. Are you still willing to take?
I dropped them already, man.
You dropped the charges?
Yeah, bro. I dropped them. Don't worry about it. I dropped them already.
Okay, well,
I need the papers and everything, bro.
He's still in jail, bro. They've kept him.
All right, but I dropped the charges, man.
You dropped the
charges. I do what I have to do. I swear to God, I dropped the charges, dude.
So, I mean, what do we got to do, man? I'll send somebody to bring you money.
What do we got to do?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's just an orange, you know?
Just an
orange. You're right, Maggie. It makes me angry.
It's not an orange. It's the meaning. It's the principle behind it, which I've already ranted about. But it's not just an orange. Just like if you steal a car, it's not just a car. It's not the actual item that was stolen. It was the fact that he felt he could, the fact that he feels entitled, the fact that he doesn't care about anyone else. He wants an orange, just take an orange. And I could do it because I've got a camera. That's what pisses me off.
Right. It's so disrespectful. Imagine how you would feel. Just the level of disrespect. I'm going to steal from you, and I'm going to broadcast it to the world. And if you dare try to take action against me, I'm going to have my minions call flood you and threaten you. It's disgusting, and it is scary, Maggie.
And then they're going to drop the charges because you're afraid of their life and they're afraid of their family. I mean, they have a business, and they're, they can't hide. They know where their business is. Obviously, they're calling there. They know that they're a target now. And if they don't drop the charges, they have to live in fear of losing their business, their life, everything that they worked so hard for, all over this stupid idiot deciding that he wants an orange. That makes no sense to me. There's no connection.
No, it's
No, it will never happen again. I just want.
If you're really serious about your fan base on YouTube, bro, shout us out.
That's a
Yeah,
really
I'll
bad hair
stop- I'll-
choice. I'm sorry, that scares me. That's like Medusa type thing. Does he
What?
like? I'm sorry, but like, does he attach that to his head? Does he actually? What the hell? I'm sorry, but that's just so freaky.
Oh, wait. The hair?
Yeah.
That is hair. I thought he was wearing an octopus. I didn't realize that was there until you. Oh,
It's supposed to be dreadlocks or something, but it looks
supposed to be dreadlocks or something.
it looks dirty and evil and gross.
You know
I
what's
mean,
so
like-
funny? I almost said, "Go take a shower, bro," but I was like, "No, that's beneath me. I don't want to say that."
No, I mean, when I see that, I'm just like, I feel my hair and I'm like, oh, it feels dirty. Like,
Wait a minute, I wasn't going to do this at all, but look. This is why News Now Voodoo comes with soap.
yeah, exactly.
News Now Ninja. That's exactly why he comes with a bar of soap.
Oh,
You're not aware, people. This is look. He's a Frauditor. It's News Now Voodoo. He's got his
that's
soap.
fantastic.
His rotten teeth. He's got his camera there. And our own Salacious made this by hand. Fake press pass, tiny black little heart, handcuffs, and untied shoes because he's too stupid to know how to tie his own shoes.
You know what? Now you have to give him an orange. He needs a new accessory.
Right? Perfect.
I don't know, look at that, and I'm just like, I want to crawl under my covers. Like, he looks in the mirror and says, I look good? I mean, look, I don't like to make fun of people, they can wear, do whatever. I'm not like the most perfect person either. I don't wear the most fashionable clothes. My hair isn't perfect. But that's just disgusting. It looks like he's got a bunch of weird snakes hanging from his head. It's not a good look.
If ever there was a time to go low, this is it. I mean, I remember Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. And I was like, oh, that was well played. But, I mean, jokes aside, like, if there are people who deserve to be made fun of.
Yeah, he's one of them. And look, like auditing your accounting with the beard, and SGV News looks like things are crawling in the beard. I really don't say anything. I mean, all of these frauditors look like they actually look worse than homeless people. I've seen homeless people that look cleaner and more fashionable than frauditors. But I'm trying to watch this video.
That's what I do for a living. I do street outreach for the homeless, and they are all cleaner looking than them.
Stefan, thank you for the 220. Karen Regan Benson is way better looking. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about that for a little while. I mean, both of them are pretty scary. But yeah, I admit that our hair looks better than whatever this is. I'm trying to listen to him, but all I keep waiting for is the snakes to start moving.
The Medusa comparison was pretty spot on.
Yeah, I bet his hair stinks. I'm sure. I mean, that it's like Glenn Serio. It's something she could just smell through your computer. I mean, you could just smell his hair. Like, I don't understand what he's going for there. I mean, that shirt is. I won't even go there. I mean, whatever. At least it looks like he doesn't have a bunch of stains on it. At least not what we can see. But I don't. Anyway.
First time I ever saw him, I think it was somebody. I think it was Schrodinger. But I could be wrong if I'm remembering if it was News Now Ninja. But somehow I always remember him being referred to as News Now Homeless.
Yeah, I've heard that.
His hair.
And David Sylvester, his hair smells
like multiple
felonies. Oh my gosh, that's so true. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly what it smells like. That's exactly the smell that I get in my head when I look at him.
I like this comment. At least Karen Benson is beautiful on the inside. That's pretty funny too.
Okay, that's sarcasm. Yeah.
Oh, it's the finest sarcasm that the internet
I
has
don't
to offer.
know. I wouldn't even go that far in sarcasm. That's, but
right.
that's good as far as sarcasm. But yeah, that's. I don't know.
You guys are
Oh
doing
my
good with
gosh.
the comments for sure.
That's why I want you. That's why I want you to do something, all right? Okay, if you drop the charges for real, then I will shout you out.
Shout you out? What does that mean?
Oh,
Yeah, I
goody,
just sent
goody.
you got my phone number, so just say. Give me 1 second.
Wait, what does that mean? He said I'll shout you out, right?
Oh, you'll go on YouTube and give them some pub.
Oh, and tell people not to go and harass him. That's lovely.
Yeah, something like that. Who gives
That's
a shit
lovely.
about your shout out?
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, so y'all just heard it. He dropped the charge.
Uh-oh, Hezekiah, do you see this? News No Voodoo is making headlines on Blackheart's channels right now.
Blackheart Night. Yes.
I didn't know he was live streaming. Sorry, I picked the wrong time, but...
You wouldn't have won no matter what, because literally everybody is on right now. Team Skeptic is on right now.
Yeah.
Welsh News Network. Everybody's basically all of our guests, ladies and gentlemen, for our future shows on Saturday with me and the Frauditor News Network are live right now.
Yeah, I mean, this orange thing is... But and the thing is, though...
Big news. Because, again, this is such a huge story, even though it's just an orange, because it goes so far to prove what we've been saying from day one, that these guys are just punks and criminals and are using their phones as an excuse to get away with it.
Yep. And I'm so glad to be a part of the anti-frauditor community, so to speak, as opposed to being on the other side of the aisle. It's just, it's such a good energy over here. And I just think about how broken you must be inside to be one of the people who goes around doing that.
Yeah.
Hey, Hezekiah, do you have your show is on at 7 a.m., right? 7 a.m. was a good time, Cupcake. Nothing else on at that time. I think he's making a jab at you.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Well, that's honestly, that's why I picked mornings, because nobody's on in the morning. And when I first told, I'll always say, I always give props to the people who started me out, Law Talk with Mike, Schrodinger's Cat, and Team Skeptic. Team Skeptic has been a guest on my show several times, and when I first started doing these lives, he gave me some of the best advice of his that I'm still following today, even going to calling myself Frauditor Follies now. Or the name of my channel being Frauditor Follies. I'm still Hezekiah. But the whole idea was you do these morning things, you own the mornings. Nobody's on in the morning. Keep doing your morning thing and own it. Be the morning guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's at work when you do your show, and that's the problem.
There's a reason why nobody does mornings.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my goal is someday to do some morning stuff. So, we're gonna have to work together if I ever go down that road. We will have to find a way to. We'll do the perfect setup. We'll do one of us can lead into the other. They do that on TV all the time.
Oh yeah, that'd be great actually.
Yeah,
I think that would give me a little bit more of a scheduled kind of thing.
Yeah, it could work.
Yeah,
someday.
Someday.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Just Jenny, I just wanted to interrupt. Sorry, Just Jenny 199. Thank you so much. Is what he did considered extortion? Good question.
Yes, by Frauditor's definition.
Great question.
Absolutely, positively.
So wait, I want you to. I'm sorry to interrupt. To go on talking. I think that would be great if you two get together and do something in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really committed to this YouTube thing, and
Awesome.
I'm a loyal guy, man. I'm a loyal guy, and I always appreciate the people who help me. When nobody gets anywhere by themselves, right? Success is not usually a one-person journey, and it takes some help. So, yeah, no doubt.
And see, that's what I always say. This community, you can tell if you're on the right side. This community is awesome. We support each other. Whereas the frauditors, they support each other as long as it doesn't cost them anything.
Right.
If they have to come up with money, they e-beg for it. They never just take money out of their own pocket without getting it from their viewers first. And if they don't like one thing, just takes one thing for another frauditor to do to piss them off, and they disown them forever.
Yeah, it's pathetic, frankly.
Everything they do is pathetic.
And,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Maggie. I hope I'm not stepping all over you guys. I really appreciate you letting me join
not
you
at
today.
all. Not at all. I'm glad to have you.
Listen, this is actually good because you're going to be a guest on our Saturday show. So definitely understand that our goal, especially on the Saturday show, is to make the guest feel comfortable. It's about the guest. So this is her channel right now, not our Saturday show, but she's my co-host on the Saturday show, so she knows. It's all about us, man. And if you want to say something, don't think you're interrupting us. We're talking over you as far as we're concerned. You go.
Yeah. You're my guest.
I appreciate that. I think that's a great attitude to have, and I'll have to remember that so I have guests on my channel.
Yeah, it's my channel, but, I appreciate you coming to my channel, and that means, you're the guest, so you're more important. I'm just here just to be the host. And I'm never going to be as good a host as Hezekiah, unfortunately, but...
You guys are great together. You guys are a great one, too. Yeah.
If we didn't want to hear your opinion, we wouldn't ask you up. Let's put it that way.
I appreciate that.
Look at News Now Homeless with this. This is the look on my face every single time I watch a Frauditor video. That's the exact look on my face. And this is why I keep my migraine medicine close by, because I know I'm going to need it.
Right, just exhaustion and frustration and disbelief.
And I used to joke about having Tourette syndrome, and I was like, no, that's not right, because it's a real thing. Some people have it. It's not funny to joke about it, but sometimes I'm watching a Frauditor video and I just start cursing, like all this stuff comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, whoa, who said that?
That's funny.
All right.
And the only thing he asked for was to give him a shout out for doing what was right. As a business owner that was stolen from, this man was still able to be humble and say, you know what, this fucking dude made a mistake. And the only thing he asked for was for me to shout him out. So,
Yeah, but it's not a mistake. He didn't leave his keys in his car. He didn't forget his wallet at home.
Yeah.
He stole an orange for absolutely no other reason than his ego. Look at me.
Right.
I'm the big criminal. I can steal an orange and get away with it. That is not a mistake. That is just criminal behavior.
He wasn't hungry. And he also didn't ask for the goddamn shout out either. He wasn't like, would you do that for me? Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much. That's all I want for Christmas is a shout out on your channel. That's so wonderful. It wasn't a trait. He did it for whatever reason he had, whether he thought it was the right thing or he was being harassed, but it certainly wasn't so that he would get mentioned on your shitty channel.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be mentioned. I think the whole purpose was to kind of drop the charges to get them away and to not mention him anymore.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah, so it's like the more you mention him, the more you're upsetting him. He just wants to have a nice, quiet life. And he's probably going to have to lock up all his fruit now. And they're going to have some kind of barrier so idiots like him don't steal. I mean,
you know how you go into Walmart and they have like this spider wrap on electronics? Like
everything's behind a glass case with a lock.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's humorous to think about because it's impractical, but it's sad to think about too.
Yeah, I mean, one day you're going to have to, you want to buy a freaking watermelon, and you have to, sir, can I have the key? Can you go get me a watermelon? I mean, this is the kind of world we're going to live in thanks to the frauditors. But they're fighting for our rights. Okay.
So I'm going to do that. Okay, let me pull up the store right now. And I'm going to shout him out and tell y'all what store he's at.
Oh, lovely.
And this is in a good manner, guys. Know that this guy, I'm not trying to get him his lines.
Don't harass him, wink,
I'm
wink.
not trying to bother this dude. He's dropping charges on someone that stole from him. And we're trying to just fix this problem within the community, Erie and myself. We were willing to give this dude $150 last night, just to try to move forward, because the court systems, I mean, and like most of y'all know, it's very small situations that the cops can show up and make it better. So, here, let me pull up this.
Yep, I agree, Internet Guard. I bet $1,000 too. He still got threatening phone calls. It's just like, what's that? There's so many of them. It's hard to keep track of them. But Good Citizen News. Don't call. Wink, wink. Don't call. Yeah, it's like, he's a good guy now. Don't harass him. I'm going to shout out, where his store is located. But, be nice to him.
Right.
It's nuts.
Does Brooklyn? I haven't watched a ton of his videos. First off, is Brooklyn Audit what he goes by? Does he like put his name out? Do we ever see him or?
I think,
what's his real name?
Well,
he's
I guess.
shown his
I mean, does
face
he?
and he's done all that.
Oh yeah,
He's
we've seen his
disclosed
face
all
and we
that?
know his real name.
If you're not
Okay.
familiar with Brooklyn Audits, what he basically does is he goes to different police stations in Brooklyn every night and gets trespassed from them every night. He's the guy who, the video that really made him kind of famous, what he can, within reason, the word famous, but they had, because he kept going to the police station every night, they had to put up a blockade showing where you could and couldn't walk. So he came out there the next night with his camera and filmed himself moving the blockade to where he wanted to walk. So then the cops had to come out and arrest him because he's moving their blockade.
So, I mean, I see his channel, and I know this is somewhat off topic, but I'm going somewhere, although you guys will have to wait till tomorrow.
That's right.
But I promise the payoff is good. It's
Hey, just
Brooklyn
let you know, his
Audit.
real name. His real name was on the paper that Ninja just showed. That's right. His real name was on it. So Ninja doxed him.
Okay. Oh, well, I don't want to dox him necessarily.
Well,
but
no,
what's he
News
most
Now Ninja did.
popularly- What's he most popularly known as? Is it just Brooklyn
asshole?
Audit, Gonzo? Nice. Because
Yeah, he
I
goes
see
by-
his channel. Go ahead.
He goes by Brooklyn Audit Gonzo. They got this weird thing. Gonzo describes them. I don't know. They come up with some weird crap all the time. He was Brooklyn Audit. He's Brooklyn Audit Gonzo now. In other words, he's just a complete asshole.
Right. Okay. I can't wait to reveal why I'm asking this. Stay tuned. You'll see tomorrow. I can't wait to share it.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
but I
just
mean,
say-
News Now
I have
Ninja
an
doxed him already. He showed he doesn't even give a shit. These people.
Did he?
Yeah, he showed
If
the paper
somebody
that he
puts
showed had
the
his real
in the
name on it.
chat- If somebody puts the name in the chat, I may use it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to dox him, but I could email it to you. Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
I'm not asking.
Because
anyone specifically
we
to
have
do
morals and decency, and we don't just dox our own. Oh God. Yeah, but I'll
maybe
email it to
Maybe
you.
I shouldn't use it.
What was that?
It's a tough. Maybe I shouldn't use it. It's kind of a tough call. I know I'm speaking very abstractly right now because I don't want to give away my idea, but I'm wrestling with whether or not to use his name or to use his channel name. I'll probably go the channel name route.
Yeah, everyone knows his name. He doesn't try to hide it. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I do want a picture of him, though, that's for sure, but I'll figure that out.
That's easy to get. In fact, Troll's thumbnail for the video we're watching has his face in it.
Oh,
Also,
perfect.
If you want to go back and get a better picture of him, the live stream that Long Island Audit did right before he had his big Saturday thing where he announced he was going to do that, Brooklyn Audits was on that panel and he showed his face the whole time.
Interesting. Okay. Then I will definitely look into that.
Yeah, I used to have a picture of him that I did for one of my videos. I think I deleted it. It was causing I was afraid my computer would fall apart and explode. See if I can find it. Hold on a second. See, my computer's acting up.
Of course.
Someday I dream of a nice computer that can do all that I ask of it without seeming like it wants to keel over and die.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what that's like. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have more regular videos and I do more live streaming, because I could do like a 5-minute video and it'll take my computer over an hour to render it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, mine will take some time.
Yeah, so Professor Crack, if you look at any of his live streams, he loves to turn the camera around, and you'll see his face. It's not pretty. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
unless you
I
really
just
need
saw
to.
the troll thumbnail, so I'm getting a
Yeah,
sense.
he looks like they all do, homeless and pathetic.
Dirty and irritating.
And dirty, yes, dirty and like I can't even say anymore because I'm feeling really gross.
Right.
Oh, these are like the most despicable people. You know, I used to think Glenn Serio was the worst, but Glenn Serio actually looks handsome and clean and neat compared to all the. Look at these idiots here.
Yeah, Glenn Serio's comparatively like, you'd rather your sister date him by looks, just at a glance.
Yeah, with his stomach hanging out. I mean, I would rather if I had to walk down a dark alley. Let's see, if I had a choice between Glenn Serio with his stomach and his butt hanging out and his greasy hair, or News Now Ninja with the snakes on his head, or any other Frauditors, I would probably pick Glenn Serio because he looks the most normal and clean out of all of them, and that's so sad, so very sad.
It is indeed.
Okay.
Place right here.
Because everyone should go and subscribe to Professor Crack.
It's called Food Universe.
Thank you.
Shout out to Muhammad from Food Universe. This is the place here.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable. Look at
1982-84,
this.
86th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11214.
Okay, I lived on 19th Avenue and 84th Street. Unbelievable. This is 2 blocks from where I lived.
You could have in a parallel universe, you bought that orange. Like in a way, you were so close to being someone who could have walked down the street, grabbed that orange, and actually purchased it.
Yep.
If you had made a different decision in life or two, you might be right there in that neighborhood right now.
Yeah, and I remember my mother getting home from work and coming off the train, and I would meet her, and we'd go to, on 86th Street and 20th Avenue. We'd go to the fruit store there. We'd buy fruit, and they were very, nice, hardworking people. And never did we think to just steal something because we can. I don't understand the mentality of it. I want a fruit, and I'm just going to take it.
Yeah.
Idiot.
He won't do it again, I bet.
He'll do it again. They always do.
Then again. Hell,
he'll do it again.
Might. I mean, he got off the hook.
He'll do it again. He'll definitely do it again. Only next time will be a plum or a camera or a radio, whatever he decides he wants, because you know what? He's a frauditor and he can have everything he wants.
Yeah. He knows everything.
And he knows nothing. Exactly.
Here's one of my favorite frauditor lines, and I don't think I'm using the word favorite appropriately, even though I'm well aware of what it means. The whole, I do this for a living. Like, they try to convince whoever they're speaking to of their expertise by being like, no, I do this for a living. I know what I'm talking about. It's legal or it's whatever. Like, yeah, you do this for a living, so you can just take oranges at your leisure.
Hey, thank you, Stefan, for the 220. 99.99% of his viewers will never shop there.
No, they'll steal from there.
Yeah, they'll steal from him, exactly. Because they know they can get away with it. And if they get in trouble, well, just call up News Now Homeless and they'll take care of it.
Right. Easy peasy.
Yeah, so basically what they did is they just got everyone in that area a free ticket to steal whatever they want, because they know they've got News Now Homeless on their side, and they don't even need a camera at this point. Just go there and just mention snakes or whatever. Mm-hmm. News Now his name, and the guy was like, okay, take whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the free right. This is the rights that they're protecting. Lovely.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be AFK for a few minutes, guys.
Okay, no problem.
This guy here decided that he was going to drop charges on Brooklyn regardless of the situation. And I want to give this dude a shout out, because even though someone did him wrong,
You.
So I personally
Right,
don't think
right.
the charges should have been dropped. If it was, you know, a 15-year-old kid, then of course, yeah, leniency is obviously important, make them learn their mistake. But we're talking about a 40-year-old man. I think that the time for education and learning his mistakes is far gone. At this point, he's deep rooted in his criminal behavior, and he would have been better off with some time in jail. Now, is
I
it
agree.
possible that the owner decided to drop the charges because of the phone calls he was getting
Exactly.
from this clown News Now Ninja and auditing Erie County and possibly, you know, the supporters? Maybe he was getting threatening phone calls. Who knows? Maybe that's why possibly he was intimidated into dropping the charges.
He's doing something good by being a bigger man and moving forward.
Well, that's true.
What do you got to say about this guy, Erie?
Oh,
He
that's
said he was a
Erie?
man of God, and I believe it by the fact that he got, forgave and forgot already. He took his, and last night we want to take care of this within the community. I respected that. He's not even asking for any money. So I think that not only is he a man of God and trust, he definitely earns a lot of respect from me.
Look at this. He's a man of God, and he earns trust from a frauditor because he dropped charges on another frauditor. That's all you have to do to be a man of God.
Yeah.
I just,
A pretty
again,
low bar, right?
Yeah, exactly. So now he's this great. It's funny how they change opinions like from second to second. If they don't like
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're doing, you're a tyrant and Nazi, and if
Yeah.
they like what you're doing, then you're a man of God,
Yeah.
and you earn their respect.
Yeah, because they don't actually have beliefs. They don't have that. They don't have morals. They don't have things of that sort. What they have is an agenda. What they have is a goal to make money while doing the least work possible. And the best they've come up with so far is going around and getting in people's faces and harassing them and recording it. It has nothing to do with principles or anything of this sort.
Right, and like Salacious wrote, the insanity of your store being robbed, and you get the harassing phone calls. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, he gets robbed, and he's the bad guy, so he drops the charges, just and then now he's the good guy.
Right.
And this is what pisses me off, that these guys have so many viewers that they can do this, that gives them the power. And that's why I compared these idiots to Hitler or to being a Nazi, because that's the way they act.
Yeah. And again,
they call their little minions. They get their little minions to go and and do what they want, and it's never the good thing. It's never the right thing. It's always to harass or upset someone. But they stand there on their balcony and they say do it, and the little minions run and they do it.
You're right.
And then they throw money at the frauditor. What the hell?
It's crazy. And again, like being a part of this community as opposed to theirs, like I'm so happy. I'm so happy to kind of be in the fight now, to be engaged in this and speaking out against it, because once America,
we're very happy.
Once America, thank you, Aggie. Once it really gets a hold of this, there's no question that they're going to be getting shut down. Like, it's just a matter of time, because the average person does not support this. They don't.
They don't. Most people don't. And again, like, people always like, well, you're monetized. Yes, I don't make that much money, but you know what? Even if I did, it's not that I'm not doing it for the money. I have a full-time job. I mean, I appreciate the extra money. But this is not why I'm doing it. Right, and if they get demonetized, I will go out into the middle of the street and do a jiggity dance, Right? I mean, I'll do Hezekiah's happy dance. And I had a great life, Me and my husband have a nice, quiet little life with our 3 cats at our house, and, everything was just like picture perfect. And then I went down the rabbit hole of these frauditors that I couldn't escape out of it because it just bothered me so bad, and I want to go back to that life.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and even the argument, again, it's not the same. It's like a straw man argument. Just because you make money doing something, you're doing a public service as opposed to their misinformation campaign. So you profiting in some way for your time is not wrong.
Exactly.
Legitimate journalists, as they like to claim to be, are compensated for the work that they do because it's important.
Exactly.
And the same can be said here.
And even if you do this full time, I have no problem even with the frauditors making money. Like, I don't mind them getting money per se, but it's the whole sole reason that they do this. And just like, what was his name? Bay Area Transparency. He's got over 100,000 subscribers, but the minute he thought he was demonetized, he's like, bye folks, I'm out. I'm not going to be posting for a while. And that was it. And just like flip of a switch, and he was done. And that's what I'm saying. If these freedom fighters, these activists, weren't getting paid for their time, they would stop doing it. That's the only thing that I have against them making money.
Agreed.
Because it encourages them to keep making themselves more of an asshole.
Right. It will, and it will continue to. And you're right about everything you're saying.
Most people have no idea there's such a thing as a First Amendment audit. They'd be repulsed by them if they knew. I absolutely agree. Some people I talk to, like, what is that? I don't, and when I tell them, they're like, no, that's a joke. Because they can't imagine that there are people that actually do this.
No, it's inconceivable that people would actually do it.
And then people are like, well, it's YouTube's fault. Well, to a degree, I mean, YouTube is a business. They're making money. That's, their business. And you can't fault them. You can't put the blame on YouTube because these idiots are going out and harassing people because YouTube's paying them. You have to put the blame where it belongs.
I agree. You can't. YouTube, it's like, again, now this gets more political than I want to get, and so I'll just touch on it. But YouTube, in my opinion, is not the arbiter of truth. It's not up to them to decide who's right and who's wrong. Mm-hmm. That's up to us. That's up to like our culture and the people of this country. And eventually we come to an understanding, right? Like everybody would agree pedophilia is wrong. There's no discussion there. It's wrong. There are other things that we pretty much almost unanimously agree on. And in time, it's going to get there. It's going to slowly move in that direction where most people are just repulsed by this.
Yeah, I think so. Like when I tell people, they're like, I can't believe it. And you see now in like all the videos that I watch from Frauditors, more and more people are lashing out at them. People are getting, there's more arrests. I mean, I think there will be an end at some point. I don't know if it's YouTube demonetizing them or if there's, if people finally catch on, like, whoa, like wake up one day and say, oh my gosh, who am I following? Look at Snake Man. Why am I following him? Why am I sending him hundreds of dollars?
Right. I think more and more that will happen because this becomes a more widespread thing that people know about. Other, like, people will be like, they'll put the good kind of pressure on their brother or sister or friend. Like, you support that garbage? Like, really? You support that crap? Eventually, in the end, good will triumph, at least on this issue.
And that's one of the reasons that I do these videos. I want to expose them more. I want to get the word out what they're doing. And as well as people don't want to go on their channels and get the views. So like with Frauditors Troll and Unclean Hands, it gives that, and your channel, Professor Crack, it gives them a way to see these videos without giving them the views and encouraging them. And the more people learn about it, the more they talk about it, and the more the word spreads. And eventually, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be demonetization or arrest or death. One of these days, a fraud is going to end up dead. I don't know. There's going to be an end.
Or the other side. I mean, who knows what will happen? Like somebody will get killed. I agree. And who knows? It could be a police officer. It could be a police officer because, a mob mentality can spread among a small group of people. And while that's not going to persist in a larger group, it can in a smaller group. So really anybody is potentially jeopardized by this.
Hey, Nickelbound just showed up. What did I miss? You don't want to know. From your emoji, I don't know if you're kidding or not, but we're talking about Brooklyn Audit and his orange stealing ways, and two idiots here, News Now Ninja and Auditing Erie County, that called the store owner and convinced him to drop charges. So Brooklyn Audit is free to steal and harass another day.
Yeah. Another day.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
All right.
He earns a lot of respect from me because he kept his word as well. You know, he didn't just
What do you
backstab
know
us
about
or
Right.
try to fool us or try to rob us for our money, which is what we were kind of afraid of. But, you know, anytime you're doing a negotiation, you have to be scared, especially when you don't know the person that you're negotiating with. So we were a little bit afraid of negotiating or helping or working with this guy last night. But he came true.
You feared him.
He did what was right, even though he was done wrong. And so
y'all can go to his YouTube page or on his Google review. Hit him up with a 5-star for being an outstanding guy, guys.
yeah, please go give that guy at the. It's
And what
it's
he wouldn't
right
have
around the
been
corner.
if
I
you
just-
didn't let your friend off the hook.
Yeah, and these reviews are not supposed to be used that way. They're abusing it. I don't agree to them doing it that way, whether it's a good review or a bad review. The reviews are for other people to, learn about the business if they want to do business with that place. It's not whether they held out, gave into the harassment. That's not what reviews should be.
Correct.
So this is just as wrong as writing a bad review. I don't understand why they can't see it. Don't write a good review just because they dropped the charges. It has nothing to do with their business. You write a good review because they have got fresh produce, awesome customer service, something that pertains to their business. This is just stupidity.
Instead, they turn it into a quid pro quo.
Yeah, and they think that they're doing, I'm a big man, I'm saying write them a good review. No, that's wrong. Don't write them a good review. Don't write them any review unless you have done business with them and you have a legitimate concern or praise of that business. Otherwise, just stop it. What is the point? There's no point in reviews because they're all skewed now because of these idiots. They're just ruining everything.
I know. They're a virus.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're truly a virus.
They are. I call them a virus. And I might need migraine medicine.
I hope not.
Just gave you the address. It's right around the corner from the Dunkin' Donuts. It's called the Food Universe Marketplace. Go give them some good reviews.
Brooklyn should be out eventually here. We did speak to the DA's office just now. They are also dropping the charges. They're not following up on charges, even though the guy didn't. The DA's office is also not going to file charges. So Brooklyn's sitting there and booking, literally waiting for paperwork and everything to go through. He should be released.
Yep. So everybody, because all the charges are going to be dropped, I would guess that they're going to be forced to give him back his phone. So he should be able to go live. So when he gets out, know that we will be having a conversation with him, that this is not over, that this issue needs to be corrected, and we don't go around stealing shit.
Wait, what does he mean by it needs to be corrected? It means to be corrected,
question. Are they going to flog them?
Yeah, like, who are they referring to? Are they referring to Brooklyn Audit or the police or the store owner? Like, you never know with them.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's talking about.
They're trying to say that they're going to take care of their own. That Brooklyn Audit is going to be, they make it sound like they're going to demonetize them themselves. Which no, you're not going to do anything about this. You had an opportunity to do something about this, and just you're supporting them. You're pressuring the person that was the victim. So.
Yeah, it's like, I don't, even if they go after Brooklyn Audit and be like, you're a bad boy, what's that going to do? Brooklyn Audit doesn't care about that. No. He's just going to say, you're a spider, and then go about his business. He doesn't give a shit about anything or anyone.
No.
So what is that going to do? And then that'll go over his head, and the next day they'll be like, good job auditing, Brooklyn Audit, good job. You're giving those police hell. You're holding them accountable. It just won't be any different.
Nope. Man, I'm frustrated. I can't get a good picture. I'm trying to edit a picture of this guy, and I cannot get.
I'll email you his name and a good picture of him. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put it up here. Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
Funny how Ninja is all nice on this video, but 5 minutes ago on his channel, he told a cop they were going to the cop's house to F the cop's wife and mother. Exactly. I mean, whatever fits his narrative at the second, he it's like a light switch, goes from good, bad, evil, Angel, they're not stable people.
Nope.
I mean, speak for yourself. Maybe you don't go around stealing shit, but Brooklyn Audit definitely does. The way how he did it just so casually, let me just steal an orange and like nothing ever happened. Obviously, this is not the first time he's doing this.
No. First time he got caught.
And
keep forgetting the hair.
Not.
yeah. So I want to let you guys know, Erie and myself, we've been on the phone for hours over the past 24 hours trying to get this resolved and trying to make a positive change within our community, but not only within our community, but with these business.
Okay, if you want to make a positive change, then why don't you send some money to the store owner and say, you did a good job. Let me support you. Let me send you some money for your store or something like that. Just going on a live stream and saying, good job, means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right. I mean, just like Long Island Audit. He makes thousands, like 30,000, 40 a month, I think. And he had
gives
one
a couple
day.
$100 away on camera, right?
Yeah, like 3,000.
So he advertises to the world, like, "Hey, look at me, everybody! Look at all the good things I do." That's not an example
I'm a martyr.
of doing something good.
And then we're like, oh, thank you, and they're crying, and he's like, oh, don't cry, you deserve it. Like, why don't you go back to the bank and get some real money and give that away? Not 3,000, maybe a month of your earning, 30,000. Do something. But 3,000 is like pennies to him. That's nothing.
Right.
And it was just a way for him. It was another photo opportunity. It was just a way for him to say, look at me. Yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm a wonderful human being. Look at me.
It was a photo op, and you saw at the live stream, like, he loved the attention so much, and it was humorous because it was like 75 losers. There was probably not one woman in the group, so you see.
What do you call it? A sausage fest.
Yeah. So he speaks to a bunch of disaffected, angry 40-year-old white men. There's nobody else who sympathizes with him. It's just, and like you mentioned earlier, he didn't really engage other people. He didn't really care. His whole thing was worship me. You know?
He wasn't with them. They were there for him. He was not with them. He was so removed from everybody. And it was just, but they go over and they'd be like, oh, Long Island Audit, and he'd fist bump them like he's some big celebrity.
Yeah.
And totally forgetting that the whole purpose was to protest the police. Did he protest the police? I mean, how did he protest people? When you go to I've been to a protest. They have signs. They get speakers.
Right. It's organized.
None of that. Right. It's organized. I mean, he didn't even talk to the people. He didn't gather around, let's talk about the police. No, it was just smile into the camera and love me. I'm wonderful.
Yeah. Look at what I did. Look at how I assembled 75 angry 40-year-old white men. Wow. And
meanwhile, these people that have hundreds of dollars to just throw at him, instead, don't give it to Long Island Audit. Give it to a charity or something. Well, I don't understand why they're throwing it. I mean, then again, look, Charles Manson. These people gave up their whole lives and went out and begged and sold their body for money from Manson. I mean, it's a cult thing. It's definitely just a cult thing that makes no sense to normal people.
No.
But they're not protecting our rights. They're just cult leaders.
Agreed.
Business owners, because they were done wrong, and we agree with that you should never steal from somebody, that was wrong.
Yeah.
And so Brooklyn's charges have been dismissed from the victim, and Brooklyn's charges will not be pursued by the DA's office.
Yes, right, I agree.
And we're just doing our best to try to make the community strong and keep y'all updated on what's happening. So
and get more subscribers.
We definitely felt it was better for us to take care of this within the community and not the justice system over this orange. I mean, we're not condoning.
Wait, so who made them the leaders? They act like they're the leaders of the community. Who opposed them leaders of the frauditing community?
Right. Well, they all deem themselves that. That's the problem. That's why they they can't unite and they can't work together is because it's like,
They're all leaders, yeah.
Yeah, there are too many chiefs, as they say. And nobody wants to take a back seat and accept some guidance or leadership. It'll never be organized. And, I said earlier, like, I always remember the people who, because for people who follow my channel, they may know, but not everybody watching would know I'm a recovering addict. And I'm pretty open about this. I don't try to make it my identity or anything, but I talk about it. And I was, I've been addicted to heroin, crack. I lost a lot. I lost a marriage. I lost relationships. My career suffered. I went through a lot, and I needed a lot of help, and I got the help. I was very fortunate to have a strong support system. And now that I'm actually able to do things like not steal oranges from people and make mistakes, I'm always eager to acknowledge the people who have supported me and helped me to get where I'm at. And I'm eager to help them when the opportunity presents itself. They'll never have that sense of support for one another. It's all about them.
Yep. And it's like Charles Manson having a group of other Charles Mansons all trying to rule their little cult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually. Indeed.
And that's what's scary too. You think one Charles Manson was bad. How many frauditors are there? Oh my gosh. And that's
many.
I'm so scared I'm gonna go hide in my closet and never come out again.
Right?
Owning it, and we're not patting this guy on the back. We didn't try to get him out for, because we agree with what he did, but we definitely don't want the justice system having their say in it. We'd rather take care of it within the community as a family.
The community.
Yeah.
So
and there you go. Take care of it in the community. There you go, cult leader.
Yeah, we're gonna let Negan decide what happens. Like, all right, it sounds like a situation in The Walking Dead. It's just absurd to think that the proper solution is for all those losers to come together and figure it out amongst themselves.
But I wish they would. I wish they would all get together and go on an island and fight it themselves, and govern themselves and police themselves and leave hardworking society.
And audit each other. Wouldn't that be wonderful? You guys can all have your cameras pointed at one another.
Cam back. Everyone's got a cam back.
Right?
But it's so creepy that he talks like a cult leader. Like, we're going to handle it in our own community. I mean, that just, the more and more I listen to them, the more I'm sure they're just cult leaders. And one day someone's going to wake up, and I hope it's not like with I don't know, was it Waco, Texas, or I think there's multiple times where they all kill themselves. Then again, I'm not saying they should, but never mind. But I'm saying if the frauditors take care of themselves, I wouldn't be upset.
No.
In other words, they want him to get out scot-free and have absolutely no consequences for his actions, and they are willing to call a witness and try to give them money to do anything possible to make sure that he has no consequences whatsoever. So he's obviously not going to learn anything from this. He's just going to do it again.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't happen again.
Ray made a great comment.
Know that we're going to take care of it. Erie and myself.
A little while ago, Ray said that, just as we were saying earlier, me, you, and Haz, how like it seems like everybody is doing a live tonight. Team Skeptic is out there. All these leeches are seizing this as an opportunity for themselves. They recognize that this was something that had momentum and couldn't wait to jump on YouTube and try to grab a little piece of it. And that's why they're even discussing it. They don't give a damn about justice or probably even whether or not Gonzo spends a night in jail. It's like, oh, hey, we can make money off of this.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure and have a good, sturdy talking. about this situation.
Sturdy talking.
But
I'm sorry, he's so sturdy talking. Oh my gosh, I'm sure Brooklyn Audit is shaking from his
Nothing
upcoming
like a sturdy. Yeah,
his
sure.
sturdy talking.
Nothing like a sturdy talking to get
Oh my
things straightened out.
gosh. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I can't believe he just said that. It just gets better and better.
You know what I'm picturing? If you like combined the two and you had the snakes and the beard, now that would be like the ideal image for the cult leader of cult leaders for this community. Just mash that together and you have your perfect poster boy for these nut jobs.
Yeah, these are the cult leaders that they all look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
They
gosh.
need to shoplift shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh.
and make sure that this.
We need all the good guys we can get down there in New York City because that's a tyrant threshold. You could tell just from the conversation we had with some of the DA's office today, man. They were as unprofessional, rude, and they weren't willing to help. I mean, they're like, get a lawyer, only talking to a lawyer. And we're like, wait, we don't need a lawyer. We're going to do a pro se. And they didn't care. They didn't care about the law. It's their rule down there in New York City. It's corruption to the max.
I even said, are you going to commit a felony?
Giveaway.
I was like, are you going to commit a felony by dereliction of duty by refusing me access to the personal or the public information that I'm pertaining or like I'm trying to get? And he said,
shut up.
Yeah, I am refusing you. And I don't give a shit if I'm breaking the law. That's what the DA's office said.
Good.
He said,
fuck you. He wouldn't give his name either. As much of a tough guy he was, he wouldn't tell us his name either.
Nope, that's phone number 718-250-2000. And if you just ask for the tough guy, they'll transfer you to him.
Don't call weekly.
Anyways, we heard enough of these clowneries. Now, I know this is not...
Oh, that was fun. Oh my gosh.
It has been, for sure.
Hezekiah, did you ever come back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He dipped on us, eh? Well, that's all right.
He said he had to go for a little bit. He never came back.
Maybe he went out and stole an orange. We'll have to check his pockets.
He might. You know what? I wonder.
You guys work together.
See, but you know Hezekiah would never do that because he's a decent human being.
Correct. I know that. Absolutely.
Oh, take down exposing frauditors. Thank you for the 220. 2 clowns. I agree. Definitely agree.
Yep.
All right, I've ranted and raved much longer. I was going to show a video of Hezekiah's kind of a cool down, but I don't know where he went. And I don't want to show it until he comes back. If he comes back.
If he comes back. If he's not being held hostage by News Now Voodoo, as Cliff said.
That's true. Oh my goodness. Oh no. That's so funny, Cliff. Hezekiah's being held hostage by News Now Voodoo.
Right? Yeah, I hope he's all right.
Well, was there anything else that you wanted to see, Professor Crack?
No,
Do you want us to watch a video of yours?
It's been a lot of fun. I suppose we could. I mean, I don't want to like push that on you or anything. I've had a lot of fun. It's up to you. It's where I'm at. It's 9:15, and at 9:30 I have something to do.
Okay.
It's up to you. We could press forward a little bit, but your call.
Damn trolls!
Oh, finally!
Now he's back.
Those damn trolls! They locked me up in the basement. It took me a while to escape.
We knew something nefarious had happened.
No, honestly, seriously, what happened was...
News Now Voodoo got you.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm going along with it. I've been watching the whole time, but literally what happened was I got a call from my son, and, whenever my kids call, that's number one priority over
You know what? When I said I had something to do at 9:30, that's what I have to do. So I'm with you. That's 100%. Gotta give my boy a call. So
always.
Absolutely.
So that was it. I was just talking to my son, and he was begging me for Legos, of course.
Well, we're gonna do a cool down. I don't know what that is, but you're just in time. Maggie has a video of yours.
Yay!
Yeah, Hezekiah wanted to show one of your videos. I mean, I'm a firm believer that you cannot watch one of their videos anymore without some kind of cooldown. So
That sounds
I have
good.
got.
I like that.
Yep. So I've got one of Hezekiah's very funny, one of my favorites.
Wait a minute. What you should do is do the because I haven't seen it yet. The Blackheart Night one, where he's doing my News Now Voodoo video.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Well, you can play the other one while you're looking that one up.
Wait, you can play it, right?
If you let me share screen, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. So which one do you want to do first then?
Whichever. Well, you choose.
Well, it's your channel. What are you telling me?
Here, we'll do Blackheart Night.
All right, so you got me up. All right, let's go.
Yep.
I haven't seen this yet either. I know it's one of my videos. That's me.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves somewhere in Florida with the infamous voodoo doll known as News Now Voodoo as he attempts to audit a library after he escapes from custody and ends up being taken to woodshed once he is discovered what he is doing. And let me tell you something, it is not a pretty sight once again. This guy gets so much abuse from everybody around him, but you shouldn't feel sorry for him because his head is so full of stuffing, he wouldn't be able to feel anything.
All right, man, I'm getting out of here. This is too much. I'm gonna escape. Watch this. I'm crawling out this door. I'm not gonna let Hezekiah hold me down anymore. I'm getting out of here, brother. You check this out. All right, I gotta get down these stairs. This ain't gonna be easy. I'm little. Let's see. I'm gonna jump. All right, I'm gonna climb this here, and then I'm gonna. Oh, how easy! I made it. I'm almost past the gate, guys. I'm almost past the gate. This is awesome. Oh, Hezekiah's never gonna find me. All right, just let me hide behind this cactus for a minute.
He's got New Now Ninja's hair. I love that.
Hezekiah to get me. Oh no. I hope it's safe back here. All right, let's see. The coast is clear. But I'm gonna make a break for it, man. Alright, I'm gonna make a break for it. Here we go. I'm running. Okay, now I just gotta get
I love
past
the
the
way
house.
Blackheart Night
Alright,
always
here we
asks
go.
for
Let's
peeps
see if
in
I
these
can get
videos
around
to
this
make it seem
corner.
like it's crazier.
Let's see. Hezekiah's never gonna get me now. I'm gonna escape. Free! I'm free!
Hezekiah, you need to keep that stuffing for brains voodoo doll under better lock and key. He is dangerous to society. He has already got a trial awaiting him in the next few months that he's going to probably get 15 years for if he gets found guilty, which odds are he probably will be. In addition, he came to my house last week and did some unspeakable things to the local squirrels. They're still having to endure the therapy sessions. A bill will be sent to you, Hezekiah, as well as additional criminal charges placed on that voodoo doll. I mean, I know you're his guardian, but this is getting to be out of hand. This is out of hand.
All right, guys. Every once in a while, I have to stop and look around and make sure everything's okay. And I gotta get past this big old garden here. It's so hard being a little guy trying to get past all this, but that's all right. I got my camera and I got everything that I need to do my audits. So I'm all good, baby. Yeah. You know it ain't easy here for a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you certainly didn't make it any easier for those squirrels when you tried to pimp them out to those cats when you were here.
Wait, did you want me to pause it? Professor Crack,
No.
did you have something to say?
Oh no, I was just saying the handcuffs are killing me. They're fun.
Oh, yes. The handcuffs, the tiny black little heart, the yellow teeth. He's got it all.
And the cats really didn't think too much of it either. So between the squirrels and the cats, well, you're facing another 25 additional charges of varying degrees, including misdemeanors, felonies. I mean, I didn't know a cat's tail could do that until News Now Voodoo did that. And I don't ever want to see that again. Believe me.
Yeah, I'm the man, the master plan. Yes, yeah, that's right. Things ain't hard out here for pimp. All right, this is it. This is my big breakaway chance. And I'm gonna run down the street here. Let's see, there's a building coming up. Yeah, there's a building right over here. I don't know what it is. Oh, you know what? I think it's actually a library. That's good. I can go in there and do an audit while I'm here. Oh boy. I'm getting away. This is great. All right, guys, this is my breakaway chance. Now I'm running. I see there's a building over there. I'm gonna stop in there and let me see what it. I'm not sure what it is, but hey, guys, I made it to the library.
Oh, I got the voice.
I've always wanted to audit the library.
I did like 6 takes to get the voice.
I'm gonna audit these books. I'm gonna audit this library. I'm gonna show everybody the tyranny of libraries. These books are out of control, man. How dare these librarians have all these books here?
Listen, Voodoo Doll, I know you have a lot of dead air in that head of yours, but let me explain something to you. Of course there's going to be books in libraries because that is where they're stored. That is where the public can come and gather knowledge for anything they so desire to know. But of course you wouldn't know anything about that because you dropped out of the 2nd grade and, well, the rest is history. I mean, I won't explain all the, well, some very deviant crimes that you've committed in the past 20 years of your pathetic little existence as a voodoo doll. I mean, is it true that you stampeded cattle through the Vatican?
It doesn't look like there's anybody in here. Who am I going to audit if there's nobody here for me to audit? This is worse than
There's nobody here for me to audit.
Now that I think about it, I know Hezekiah reads a lot. He might find me in here. I better go. But I think that next place next door is a gym. He'll never find me in the gym. I'm gonna go there.
It's still cackling.
Well, guys,
Like a
I had
chunky down.
to edit out something like 24 hours of dead air and rambling from this point on to get even this little bit of usable video. I mean, this guy talks about everything. And there was stuff in there that I'm going to have to turn over to the police because I think he was admitting to some other crimes that I think were crimes. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, one of them involved a jackass and a honeycomb. So you're going to have to figure that one out on your own.
All right, guys, this is it. I made it to the gym. Oh, this is awesome. I'll never get caught again.
I'll never get caught again. I love that.
Blackheart Night can shut his mouth.
Oh, is that all you got? You're telling me to shut my mouth. That's all you could come up with, you gibbering, soft-hard, butter-brained douche canoe, moronic, soft-hard, stuffing for brains, complete loser of a fraud-tard.
They quit giving me a hard time. And Hezekiah, he can't do nothing either. Because I'm hiding in the gym, and they ain't never gonna come anywhere near here. That's right. Because I'm News Now Voodoo. And I'll tell you, wait a minute, guys. That's Hezekiah. Hezekiah's on the treadmill. No, that can't be right. Oh, no, he sees me. What am I gonna do?
Oh my gosh, this is great.
I'm busted.
Get out of here.
Yep, you're damn right. You're busted. You are about to go back under house arrest here in a moment. You're about to be thrown into the woodshed. And I mean that literally, little sock bat boy or whatever you want to be called.
Oh, he's catching up. He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me.
Oh, I'm so sorry for him.
Why, you little, I'll get you now. Into the woodshed with you, boy.
Into the woodshed.
Tasting you'll never forget.
I'll never escape again. I'm a snow, please. No, I'll never escape again. Please stop. Please don't do it, Hezekiah. Please no.
Time for the tasting of a lifetime. You punk! Ah!
Please,
Ah!
no.
Ah!
I love when he does that. Voodoo abuse.
Voodoo abuse.
Please stop.
I love the electricity sound effect.
Okay, guys, I'm deeply sorry that you had to witness that puppet get what's coming to him, but it was so very delicious to see.
Yes.
He needs that and more for everything that he's ever done in his life. I mean, some of which is just too unspeakable to mention. I mean, I still haven't gathered the entire list of crimes that he's committed, but some of it is just well outrageous. I mean, not even other frauditors would attempt something like this. I mean, I'll have to show it to you one of these days if you've got the stomach for it. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
All right.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
And shout out to Blackheart Night, ladies and gentlemen. For
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was very, very well done.
Yeah, I love this little feud that he has with News Now Voodoo. That was just so hysterical.
It's cool too. I noticed, like, in the comments and even from you, some of the times you chuckled or whatever. I do generally multiple takes of the voiceovers, and certain things that I focus on, like I'm News Now Voodoo. Like people, I like that. I appreciate that people notice that. They're like something about when he said the word voodoo that just got me. It's like I must have been here like this seriously for like 20 minutes. Like
I'm News Now Voodoo. I'm News Now Voodoo. No. I'm News Now Voodoo.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I love, like you were saying earlier, has this YouTube stuff. It gives people who are creative and need an outlet an opportunity to try to pull their skills and talents together. And it's just such a great outlet, you know. I wish I could play instruments. I think it's so cool that you do music for your channel and stuff like that. So it's always fun to see something, like to get a kind of behind the scenes look at how something was made, you know. You see the end product, but to see all the like love and care that went into the creation of it is a treat too.
Hey,
well, guys, I want to thank you both. Oh,
Wait,
I'm
just
sorry.
quick question. Hezekiah, what do you have the colors behind you? It's very trippy.
oh yeah, I just got this. I added this to my set. I'm trying to upgrade a little bit. And
I like
you notice I put it right under Judy Johansson's painting there.
That's nice. I love the colors.
Yeah, and I could here. Check this out. I got I got a remote. I can hold on. So I can make all the colors.
Pretty.
Or just like the green and red.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
I could just
constellation. It's cool.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I could just sit here and watch the colors and the movements.
Yeah.
This is why I don't need drugs.
Right.
Yeah, see, there's all the different settings. So I'm still trying to figure out what works best for it. I had it on this morning, but when obviously when the light's on, you can't really tell. But so I decided to test it right now and see if the key light, which would be what's lighting me, is enough that you could actually see me. It's literally just the light coming off of my computer screen is what's lighting me up. I wasn't sure if that would be enough. So obviously it is, though. So
it is, yeah.
I'll start using that in the morning. But then once the sun
No,
it's not gonna matter.
I won't make it to work. I'll be in my car and I'll be like, oh, pretty. Next thing I'll be banging on my window going, you gonna work today?
Right.
All right, Crack. So you're splitting.
Yeah, I have to go, but I do appreciate it very much, both of you, very much.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you guys. You guys really are. Your support means a lot to me, and that's genuine. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yep, you definitely have our
make
support.
Sure, you stay in contact about your appearance on our Saturday show. We could set it
Oh,
up
yeah.
time and have a plan. It would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on my Google Calendar. I will be there.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of applause for Professor Crack.
Yay, Professor Crack, thank you very much. It was
right,
definitely a
thank you,
pleasure
guys.
having you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Pleasure was mine. You guys have a good night.
You too. So what do you want to do? Do you want to watch another one of your videos, or do you want to call it a night?
See, that's not fair to ask me if I want to watch one of my videos. Of course, I'll say yes. I'm not going to argue that.
All right, well, there's not that many people here, but if everyone wants to watch one of my favorite Hezekiah videos, put a 1 in the chat.
And
Come
if
on,
not, put a 2
ones.
in the
Come
chat,
on,
we'll
ones.
ignore it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to play it anyway, because it's one of my favorites. All right, I might be tripping. I see a whole bunch of 1s.
Yay. All right.
There we go. Yes. Okay.
W and Granger run through. All right. Rest in peace. Yeah. All right.
Let's see. Here we go.
All right, is everyone
I love this
logged
video.
in
It's
here?
all time one of my
Let's see.
favorites.
Looks like we've got several people in. Let me just really quick check and see who we have here. Let's see. We have
Have a good night,
just
Salacious.
when I say your name, just take an attendance in school, right? This is a classroom, so let's try and handle it with that similar decorum as you would when you were in school. So let's start with. Let me see on my list here. Where's my paper? Okay. How about restaurant guy?
Call me honey. I don't have to give you my name.
Do we have PayPal Patty?
No, my name's Patrick.
Patrick, yes, that is Patty is short for Patrick. That is true. Yes.
You're making fun of my name.
No, I'm not. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Who's next? Let's see. We got
Toilet paper.
Auditing America.
We'll let you know who we are when we're done conducting business.
Okay.
Are we in Nazi Germany or something?
When we're done conducting our business, we will give you all the information that you need.
Correct.
That's fine. Whatever. As long as I know you're here, is the main thing here. Let's see. We have. This.
Real quick.
Let's see. We have auditing.
One thing about this video that no one has ever said anything about, nobody noticed. I did it on purpose, just to see if anyone would notice, and nobody did. And I figure, okay, it's so subtle, of course no one's going to notice, but I purposely went out of my way to tie my tie wrong. That is not Windsor. That is a mess, is what that is.
I don't know anything about ties and tying them, so I wouldn't know if it was right or wrong.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody noticed that. I went out of my way to purposely screw up the Windsor and make it wrong, intentionally, and nobody said anything. I thought when I first published this video, I thought it was just going to be a flood of comments saying, "You idiot! You don't even know how to tie your tie," And then like nobody's like, oh, well, okay. Nobody says anything about the tie. The point is, it's so weird how like sometimes when you put a video up, and I'm sure you've experienced this, certain things that you think are gonna be a huge deal, nobody even says anything about, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think somebody would mention. There's a million comments about.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, with the tie, I don't know anything about that, so to me it looks fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nobody else seemed to notice either, so cool. Go ahead.
In the USA, Glenn Sirio.
Go to fuck yourself.
I agree, Melissa. I love this video too.
Okay.
Eat a dick.
All right, so you're definitely logged on, which is the main thing that we're looking for, is that you are here. So we definitely do have that information. Now let me see, what else do we have here?
Yeah, the toilet paper.
According to my role, lawnmower guy.
You actually are committing a felony right now.
Okay.
I've seen this so many times, and it's
All
still
right,
hysterical.
so let's. Okay, you're here. So, who's next? Let's see. According to the toilet roll, David Hall, are you here today?
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Ah, yes. Some people have the honor roll. You guys have the toilet roll. Let's see. We have the crazy guy from Hawaii.
The disclaimer type of knowledge of the facts is with disclaimer standing by this microphone of the documentation with the continuation of the evidence by this peaceful type of volition, period. The
Okay,
disclaimer type of knowledge of the facts is with avoidance of the boxes and the plain duties is with avoidance of the perjury.
Yeah.
With this participation by the correct hyphen sentence
No,
hyphen structure hyphen communication hyphen passe hyphen syntax hyphen grammar.
Let's just put this
period.
guy on mute. All right, we got that taken care of, so we don't have to listen to that anymore. And I think that's pretty. Oh, we have the crazy fringe guy with the beard.
I am not a taxpayer because I am not a federal citizen. Federal law trumps state law at every turn. I have 9 judge rulings to that end, and that trumps state law. I am not registered crap. I am a living man, and I have the right to forage for food when I'm hungry.
All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. Put these guys on mute. All right, we're going to start now. I know that.
I'll be right back.
My name is.
I just said I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to wait?
No,
Or
no,
keep
no,
playing?
no. Play it.
Okay. Okay.
Mark Schmitter.
Anyway, so I'm here. The state sent me in to explain to you guys. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
So what you're telling me, as I understand, is where was I?
If you are here today, it is because there are several words that have been spoken to you in the past that you have argued, and they are words that have been defined to you several times. Again, if you're here, you've heard the definitions of these words. The words that we're going to cover today have been defined to you on several occasions. And you still, for whatever reason, do not actually understand the definitions of these words. So I'm here. I was asked by the state to come in and to try and give you guys examples, analogies, try to help you understand what these words actually mean. Today's word is going to be jurisdiction. Yes.
I got another question, may I? You guys keep making up these bullshit laws and rules. Wait a minute, I got another question.
I don't.
Could you tell me?
What?
Let's see.
No. Okay. Listen. We're gonna go ahead and start. Maybe I need more light in here. It seems that some of you guys are saying you're having trouble seeing me here in the chat. Let me open this window a little bit for you. I'm sorry that we have to do this through Zoom. It's, with the COVID and everything. Yeah, I don't. Let's get into that. All right. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna just jump right in. So let's say that the first example that I wanted to use is one in which you are pulled over for driving, and
You said that you used the term driving, and I was traveling, sir.
right. Okay, all right. You know what? That is my fault. I admit that. I actually, when you look at our itinerary here, driving is actually one of the words. Traveling, actually, is one of the words that we are going to cover in a future class at some time. So that will come up. We will get into that, but not today. Today we're just talking about jurisdiction. So,
What was that?
You guys should do a sequel where I have a class on one of the other words.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, I've thought about it. Especially now because like watching this now, it's still great video, it's still hilarious and all that. But I see a lot of things that like I would have done different. Like for example, now I know every single one of these guys' names. At the time I made this, I had no idea who these people were. So I'm like the crazy guy with the beard, and now I know who these people are. So I'd make it a little bit more. And like some of the things were like I didn't have the footage, I just had the voiceover. So I clicked to a picture just because I didn't have anything but the picture. I would fix that. And I don't know.
Well, now if you do an updated one, you could have Brooklyn Audit with an orange. That would be perfect.
Hey, Spider. You're just calling me a spider. The only thing is the suit's in Wisconsin, so I don't know, man. Well, maybe I could come up with some other
Doesn't
way.
have to be a suit.
Yeah. Well, plus, by the end of this one, he quit, so maybe it'll be a different guy teaching the class.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can come up with something funny.
Dude. What if News Now Voodoo has to teach the class as part of his association?
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yes!
That's great. I love that.
Right, I think I might do it that way. All right, go ahead.
Oh my god, I would love to see that.
So if you don't mind, just maintaining your attention on that particular word, that phrase, then we should be able to go ahead and move forward. All right, so
driving is a commercial activity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to take the car out of it completely. Okay, forget the car. We're not talking about cars anymore. It's not a thing. Okay, we'd knock that out. Done. Okay? So, let's say you are a person on a bicycle. And
I'm not a person, I'm an individual.
Yes. Okay, I should have known. I apologize.
It's funny because that's me when I'm editing a video. I start off and I'm just like very calm and together. And then I start with the face palm and I start getting frustrated. And by the end, I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, right? These idiots are driving me nuts.
So this is, that's probably why this is so funny. Because I'm like, I can see myself in this.
Right? Here, you don't have to show it right now, but somebody compared me to Bud Spencer, and then somebody said, who the heck is Bud Spencer? So I pulled up.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
I got some pictures of him on the screen. If you shared that, they'll see what he looks like.
Are they all the same person?
Yeah, he's an actor. He's been around for a long time, so these are pictures of him throughout the years.
Because he looks different in every picture.
Well, he plays different characters. Most of these are like stills from movies.
Oh, okay.
And he got older because, and obviously he's older now. There's pictures of him when he was younger. This obviously is fake. Yeah, that's Bud Spencer. I don't think I look like him, but okay.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah.
I see some resemblance.
He looks like he'll knock you on your ass, is what he looks like.
Like if you scroll down a little bit, there was one that looked, I guess like the expression on his face too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the resemblance. I don't know if I just like came upon his picture, if I would make the connection. But now that it's mentioned.
To me, it said he has a completely different nose. His points down, mine points up.
I think it's the beard that makes him look similar too.
Right. The beard and the wide shoulders. I have wide shoulders.
Yeah, like I said, I can see the resemblance, but I wouldn't say it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I didn't say it. It was someone in the chat. I always say I look like Blue Braken's handsomer twin brother.
I agree.
All right, go ahead, play the video.
Okay.
Apologize. That's my fault. You look at our itinerary.
Toilet paper.
Person is also another word we are going to cover in a future class. So we're going to have traveling. We're going to have person. I should have known that if I said person, you guys were going to freak out.
I am secured party under a UCC filing at the Secretary of State 201-308-717-006.
Right. Okay. We're going to cover that in a future class. I've been trying to tell you this, okay? Today we're talking about jurisdiction. So I have to come up with a whole new thing from scratch because you guys don't want to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. And okay, all right, okay. I'll calm down. I'm sorry. I'm calm. Blood pressure. Okay. We haven't even got started yet, okay? Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means location. Jurisdiction is about physical location. I'll give you an example. An example that you'll accept.
I have to know the rules of jurisdiction.
An individual is...
Good night, Granger Renfrew. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hey, Raven Wing. Nice to see you.
Round of applause.
Traveling.
All right.
On a bicycle in, I don't know, Philadelphia.
No, I am not in the state of Pennsylvania. I am on the state of Pennsylvania. Okay. I'm not in the ground, buddy. I'm not dead.
Hey, Lemon Tart. Welcome.
Okay. I did not plan, there's nothing on the itinerary showing a plan to have to explain to you guys the meaning of the word in. I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but apparently it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the side. Maybe in the future, if we have time, if you guys let me talk, we'll have time at the end of the semester. Maybe we could cover the word in, because obviously you don't even understand what that means.
Hello, G-Toast33. Good to have you.
And that's the other thing I would have changed. That was supposed to be a bottle of Jack Daniels. But when I filmed it, right before I started filming, I lost the bottle. Because I had a bottle, I was just going to put tea in it so that I could really chug it. But I think what happened at that time was that my wife cleaned up and threw out the whole bottle. Didn't know I was saving it for a video.
Okay.
So
all right.
Let's
go back.
What was that?
But the prop glass I'm using does have whiskey in it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You would need it to do this with a straight face and not...
Right?
Like I said, like the way that when I do the videos, I go from nice and calm. It's like when you watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and Willy Wonka starts out, he's just very neat and he's just very calm, and he's like, la la. And then by the end, his hair is standing up. It's kind of like that.
Exactly. I do that in this. I mess up my hair on purpose. What's
yeah,
up?
Exactly. This video is hysterical. I love this. Like I said, this is one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you.
To jurisdiction, shall we? Okay, and get this class actually started. Now, how am I going to say this? Oh, so that you guys will actually let me speak. Okay. An individual is traveling on a bicycle within the boundaries of what is considered a particular location. Okay, let's go back and say, for example, I'm from Chicago. So let's use Chicago as an example, okay? You're in Chicago. You're riding a bicycle on the sidewalk. There's people walking around. It's crazy. You're causing...
Hey, Doc Danger. How's it going? As in a suit, wow.
a dangerous situation by riding on the sidewalk. So a uniformed Chicago police officer comes up to you and tells you that you are causing a dangerous situation. He writes you a citation for riding your bicycle on the sidewalk instead of in the bike lane. Okay?
I don't understand. I would like to know what jurisdiction we are under.
The citation that the officer writes you has the information. It proves jurisdiction. It has the name of the officer, which can be traced by the court to find out that he is indeed a Chicago police officer. It has the location, the address of where the alleged event occurred, which is in the city of Chicago, and the court, with the court date and the address on the citation, is going to be in the city of Chicago. If you're in Chicago, if you're physically located in Chicago, and you're stopped by a Chicago police officer, jurisdiction is implied by your physical location. Do you understand?
But it also violates my civil rights.
What?
It violates my religion.
That's me halfway through a part of the video.
What do you got? What?
It grants two different criminal jurisdictions. One is a criminal jurisdiction under common law, and the other one is criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunals. And yes, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution.
I just explained to you exactly what it means. How can you not? Okay, all right. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a physical, an actual explanation of something that doesn't include jurisdiction, right? Where?
Okay, I just want to say, and I'm only saying this now because I know that a lot of the people in this chat are both of our people or my people too. So for those of you who are my people that are in the chat right now, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because I just got a message from YouTube that I crossed the 200 member mark.
Nice. Wow. All right.
Yes.
Woo.
Thank you,
Nice.
All right, go ahead.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Where you actually can make the argument that jurisdiction is not a thing. All right, let's say that you're riding your bicycle in Chicago and you get stopped by a Milwaukee police officer. He's off duty and he just happens to be in town, and he writes you a citation. He does not have jurisdiction. Now, when you're in court, you could argue jurisdiction. You could file a motion for lack of jurisdiction, and possibly because he was not a Chicago police officer, the judge may find that there is no jurisdiction, there's a lack of jurisdiction, and your case will be dismissed. But
did you swear to protect the thin blue line or the Constitution, sir?
That's not what we're talking about.
I don't know what y'all's problem is. I really don't.
What? I don't. What are you people saying to me?
Cocksucker.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Wait a minute.
Jurisdiction is implied based on your physical location. Okay? It has nothing to do with any of the things you're talking about.
David Hall is a person. I am a private individual. David Hall is a person under color of law.
All right! I get it! You don't understand! Neither do I. You know what? This is stupid. You guys are never going to understand. You don't listen. You don't listen. You do not listen. That's your problem. You're never going to learn. That's why they wrote it on a frickin' toilet roll, because you guys are... I quit!
No way. Get back here and finish this. Hey, get back here and finish this.
I just realized something. Can you rewind that just a few seconds?
Oh, yeah.
My little puppy. I haven't seen her in over a year. Right at
You
the
don't
end.
understand! Neither do I. You know what?
When I walk
This
away.
is stupid. You guys are never going to understand. You don't listen. You don't listen. You do not listen. That's your problem. You're never going to learn. That's why they wrote it on a frickin' toilet roll, because you guys are... I quit!
No way.
Wait, a little bit more right there. Oh, look at her. Oh, I haven't seen her in so long. She's such a good little girl.
Oh, look at
She's
that
the
little
one that
face.
I'm holding in my Somewhere Over the Rainbow song, too. Like my Toto.
Aw. She's like, what are you doing, Daddy? You're having a meltdown.
Well, notice that means she was sitting behind me the whole time. She was a good girl.
Aw.
She used to sleep on my tummy. Her and my babies.
Oh, she's so beautiful. What happened?
Well, no, she's up in Wisconsin with them.
Oh, okay. She's still alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Her name is
face.
Miley because my wife and kids had the name after Miley Cyrus.
Aw, she's adorable.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's just one of my favorite videos. I've watched it so many times, and it's like every time I see it, it's like it's a new video all over again.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And again, that's something I want to do. Like I always meant on following that up. Like I talked in it about how we're going to have future classes about this, that, and the other thing. Has News Now Voodoo been apprehended? Yes. At the end of the video, he gets caught and taken to the woodshed. He's here right now. I got him. He's in my hand. So I know he's safe for the moment. Something tells me that pretty soon he's going to escape. Because
oh no.
Well, here's what happened. He was talking. He thought I couldn't hear him, but I put the GPS locator on his phone. He doesn't know about that yet. But he's been talking. I'm not supposed to know about this, but out here in Florida, there's a restaurant called Publix, and he's been talking about how he thought they kept saying that there's no expectation of privacy in Publix. So he might be heading down there pretty soon. I don't know.
Wait, that's a restaurant?
No, it's a grocery store.
Oh, okay. So I thought you said
Publix.
restaurant.
No, it's a grocery store. Like
okay, you've heard of it.
Well, you're up in Wisconsin, so what do you got out there? Like Jewel, Costco, whatever. Not Costco. Like even like Walmart, like the grocery section. It's a grocery store.
Yeah, it's funny. My husband shops at Walmart. Then there's Metro Market or something. Where else do we shop? Oh, Piggly Wiggly.
There you go. It's like a Piggly Wiggly. It's exactly like a Piggly Wiggly, but it's called Publix. And like I said,
yeah, I've heard of it.
He heard that there's no expectation of privacy in public, and thought they said no expectation of privacy in Publix. So he's probably going to try to get in there and do an audit, but we'll see.
That would be funny. But
yes,
you know what? Are they like 24-hour place?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good. I don't think anything out here is open 24 hours. This whole area is just old people, so everything's pretty much shut down by 8 because nobody comes out after that. So
you'd have to do it with a lot of other people, and then they might call the police on you.
No. I know how to handle it. Like when I went.
There's a crazy person in aisle 3.
It's funny. Publix does have good chicken goat, or G toast. Yeah, no, it's. Damn crows. News Now Voodoo is the one who lets the crows in all the time.
That reminds me. This morning was awful for me because of a raven. When on my desk, there's like a window that I can see up, and I'm like, it's kind of like on top. Like if you were in a basement apartment, like this window's on top, and a bird made a nest right in my view, and that nest has been there for years. But I don't know what happened. Like one year, I guess the birds ate it or something. Last year was it was vacant. And this year, a robin came and made a nest, and she was sitting on the nest for like a couple of days straight. And it was just awesome. I would look up and I'd see the robin sitting on the nest, and I knew there were eggs in there. And I was really looking forward, like an expecting mom, I was looking forward to seeing the little chick heads popping up and chirping, you know. And then this morning, this big, huge black bird, I saw it hovering around the nest, so I ran outside, and it was too late because when I got outside, the raven had knocked the nest down on the ground.
That
and all
is
their
horrible.
eggs.
But you know what? I just thought of something. Now listen, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt your story. That's beautiful stuff. I love your nature stuff and all that. That's all good. You're from
It was horrible.
Habit. So you just reminded me of something extremely important. I was saving it for tomorrow morning, but since we're here now and you're in Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am a Chicago Bears fan, and yes, Aaron Rodgers is gone.
To the Jets. My husband is thrilled. He's a Jets fan.
No more Aaron Rodgers in Wisconsin. Yes, yes, yes.
And not only that, but when they were talking about trading him, I kept saying, no, I mean, I can't imagine Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So, of course, once it happened, he came to me with it up on the screen of his phone. I'm like, all right. So, yeah, he had a wonderful moment for a moment.
Hey, all right.
And then I'm like, remember, happy wife, happy life, so stop it.
That's right.
But wait, back to my sad story. I was really upset. So the little tiny blue eggs were on the ground all cracked, and the robin was up in the tree and just chirping away, and I was devastated. I almost went home.
Aww.
I mean, that's how upset I was, because I was looking forward to the little baby birds. But then I was like, well, that's ridiculous. And if it was someone else, I'd be like, you went home from work because a nest was knocked down? You'd be crazy.
Well, no, but yeah, that is, I mean, nobody wants to see that. And that's one of the things, I mean, obviously, you know that, not how kids are, but how life is. You walk down, sometimes you see a dead bird, and they fall out of the tree or the sky, and it is kind of depressing, when you see that. You know what, the craziest thing, never mind, I don't want to make you bark.
Wait, go ahead now.
One of the craziest things is that I see is I was walking down the street and there was a frog that had been run over by a car.
Aww.
And his entire all of his internal organs, because the way that the car perfectly went over his body, all of his internal organs were outside of his body, came out his mouth. You could see
oh my gosh,
his heart, his intestines, everything all came out of his mouth and were laying in front of him on the ground. It was crazy.
Well, I mean, at least that means he didn't suffer. It was quick. It sounded like it was quick.
Yeah, right? Oh my goodness. The craziest, now that I think about it, another one that really bothered me was one time I was driving at night, and again, this was up in Wisconsin, and I saw a frog hopping around, and I actually swerved to avoid the frog because he was this huge toad, really, and I didn't want to hit him. And I saw him, so I swerved to miss him, and then his dumb ass jumped, and I just heard a big pop. Boom. And I'm like, oh, well, there goes that guy.
Okay, and on that note.
I was not expecting that to happen.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to avoid him, and he jumped in front of my tire, the idiot.
Aww.
Poor little guy.
Are you trying to make me feel better about the raven?
Yeah, right? No, I love animals. It's sad,
Okay, now I'm miserable.
Well, then play a funny video.
Actually, I'm going to call it a night because it's been over 2 hours. And I only wanted to do this for like an hour. And I'm getting tired.
Too much fun. You can't help yourself.
Yeah, too much fun. I think after the dead animal stories, I'm done.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your day.
No, it's okay. I was thinking about the raven and the bird's nest, and that kind of ruined it. I had forgotten about it. I don't know what made me think about it again.
Think happy thoughts. Remember the time when everything was wonderful and Hezekiah was making you laugh, making fun of stupid frauditors, and shaking.
Yeah, just think about Saturday's show. Who's the guest for Saturday?
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest this Saturday on the Hezekiah and Frauditor News Network, Saturday Night Snafu at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the one, the only, K-Far!
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's right. We're going to be focused on his relationship with BSPT and how they kind of like made up but are still beefing at the same time. It's a beautiful thing and fun to talk about because they've been trolling each other for like 6 months now. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, good stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun with him as always. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, so Kim Tactic, go F yourself. You're not amused. You're not amusing. I don't care. Oh, I put my name in the chat. Oh, big friggin' whoop. And aren't you Audit them? No, don't you have some goats to feed? Give it a rest. We don't care.
What's a raven? Nevermore.
All right, and on that...
German's mad at me for telling the dead animal story and making you sad. I didn't mean to make her sad. That's my midge. She's a good girl. I appreciate her.
And I feel kind of honored that Kim Tactic showed up. Yes. I love when I live in people's head rent-free. It's awesome.
I'm living in your head rent-free. It's beautiful. I love it.
All right, I'm going to get going. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Even the idiot Kim Tactic ordered them. What goat herd or whatever the hell you are you're calling yourself today. Get a life. But thank you, everyone else. It's been great. And I'm, like, super tired. But definitely join us Saturday with K-Far. That's going to be so cool. And another fun-filled show of making fun of frauditors. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, thank you so much for having me up. I appreciate it every time, as always.
And thank you, Hezekiah, for coming. I appreciate it. And thank you for Professor Crack for joining us as well. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.
Yay.
Good night.
I mean...
Love you too, Stefan.